Welcome everyone to the JungleCast Podcast, where creators talk wild and think free. I'm your host Dre, alongside with Lex and Cam. And today's guest is a digital artist and a variety gamer and a creator, a Twitch creator, who blends comfort with a little chaos with over 10 years of gaming experience and 5+ years of digital art. She blends visual storytelling, cozy energy, and chaotic fun into one unique space. So let's welcome Ash the Unicorn to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Hey y'all, I'm
Hey.
doing swell. Not gonna hold you. Right before I came in here, there was a little pitter patter in my chest, but you know what? We're chilling.
Okay.
We're good.
I like the shirt. I like the shirt too.
Thank you. My
W
favorite
Demon
anime.
Slayer.
Yes, W
Yes,
Demon Slayer. I love it so bad.
Indeed. Now, who's your favorite character in Demon Slayer?
You know, everybody asks me that, and I feel like I can relate to a bunch of the characters at the same time, especially
Mhm.
Tanjiro for a bunch of reasons. But I would have to say my favorite is Mitsuri.
Oh,
She's
okay.
the love Hashira.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. See,
W Mystery. Yep.
Mhm.
it's crazy how I know the faces, I just don't know the names. That's just how I
I
am when it comes to
study,
anime.
but I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I low key study when I'm really into a show. I come up with my own like little theories, and I'm like, all right, let's see if
Mhm.
like down the line they're locked in with that. And I was close with one theory that I had, but then like they went into basically the lineage of Tanjiro Kamado, who's the main character, and I was like, I'm sorry,
Oh,
what
Yeah.
do you mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I know the theory. I think I know the theory you're talking about.
What's the
you
theory?
Okay, bud.
bro. So
Yeah.
basically, I forgot exactly which episode it was, but they showed Tanjiro and his father.
Mhm.
Literal copy paste, bro. I was like, hold on.
Right.
Okay. And they showed that his father was like they're a family of coal miners, right? And then they go
Mhm.
into the nearby villages to sell coal. And but then he saw when Tanjiro was a child, he saw his father dancing the Hino Kamikagara, which is basically just like for the new year. That's how they bring in prosperity for the family. And his
Yeah.
father would dance all night in the cold, like it was break outside. Okay, and I'm here like this man is old. I don't know exactly how old he was, but he old. So I'm like, how's he doing this? Like he just and then in the I think it's the beginning of the Swordsmith Village arc, they showed Yorichi.
Mhm.
And no, nah, before that. They showed Yorichi before that. But I was like,
Yeah.
is that Tanjiro's ancestor? So I'm like, hold on. Was Tanjiro's dad a previous like demon slayer? Cam knows, right?
Yeah.
Turns out no. His dad had nothing to do with the Demon Slayer core at all. But then this guy Yurichi, again, copy and paste, but somehow he's not related to the family. I said, all right, somebody must be fucking with me because there's no way. There's no way.
Right.
Mm.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
along the
Yeah.
line, like Yorichi, he didn't have any kids. So
Mhm.
he went to stay with a friend and he was like, I'm giving these earrings to y'all to pass down. And fast forward, here come Tanjiro, who now knows sun breathing. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
A
But
lot of
yeah,
crazy things
it's
going
kind of
Yeah.
on.
crazy. Very,
Yeah, so like
very.
Hinokami, Kagura, and like sun breathing are basically one and the same. I 100% had that theory, and I thought in the beginning of season 2, where Tanjiro goes to Rengoku's dad and he sees the earrings, it's like I 100% thought he was gonna say, "Wait, you're I don't remember his name. That guy's son, like the former son Ostrom." Like, oh shit, but
Right.
no, it had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% thought
Oh,
that
okay.
his dad was a retired demon slayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Y'all
wonder
see,
how
y'all
many
know
people
more than
thought
me.
that. I'm
I
sure
didn't thought about that.
probably more. But yeah, I had like other theories too, and I was like, oh, like how stuff clicked. I was like, oh my god, I
Mm.
can't
Yeah.
do this. I was like, I can't deal.
All right, cool. My first question here is
Mhm.
for anyone is in chat right now that's meeting you for the first time. Who is Ash the Unicorn, and how did the unicorn vibe come to life?
So let's see here. So this is lore. Is this what we're
Yeah, yeah.
touching on basically? All right, I got you. So basically, uh first of all, I've always loved unicorns from like when I was a child. They're very colorful, very pretty, and then when I looked into like their symbolism, it matches. They're they usually tend to stay in the background, but they have a very like positive energy or aura around them.
Okay.
And I noticed that like growing up, that was basically me. I preferred staying in the background. And God said, no, go on. You got this. Step, go into the spotlight. I'd usually be chosen as like the default to lead people or groups. And I would get so irritated about it until like college. And I would just put myself in leadership roles on purpose. And then like I excelled in those things. But basically how I started streaming was by this woman, this lovely woman named Dorothy Manini. During the pandemic, when like I feel like a lot of us were on TikTok at the time, she came up on my FYP and I was like, who is this? So I followed her and then I'd see she'd do TikTok live. And I didn't realize until like a couple lives later that she would stream on both TikTok and Twitch.
Mhm.
So she would cut the TikTok live early and then continue on Twitch. And I was like, I'd heard about Twitch, mind you. Did it appeal to me at the time? No. But in like what was it, 2023, I was like, you know what? I'll make a Twitch account. Fine. For this like one person who I really admire and really respect. So I got on Twitch. My username was actually different at the time. I don't even remember what it was. But I met her community, joined the Discord shortly after, and everybody in there was so nice. We got along so well and still do. I'm still part of that community. And eventually, I think like 6 months in to 2023, because I joined in March or
Mhm.
May. No, I joined in May, but people were like, hey, like, I'd post pictures of food that either I made or my mom made. They're like, hey, when are you gonna do cooking streams? And I was like, cooking streams? I was like, streaming in general was not even like in my mental at the time. And it turned from when are you doing cooking streams to when are you gonna start streaming? And I was like, okay. And then as I joined like more and more people's channels on Twitch, I was getting shout outs, but I was like, I'm not streaming. And then by the time that like I finally considered it, which was November 2023, is when I saw that I had like the minimum number of followers necessary. That's like one of the steps to become an affiliate. So I was like, okay. So I learned the basics. I knew nothing about streaming. I learned the basics, got some overlays, got like a couple of, well, I got some emotes, but I don't think at the time before they changed up how you could get affiliate, you could
Yeah.
add emotes before. But I got some just in case, you know, created a Discord, the whole nine. So then I announced in Dorothy's community and elsewhere that, hey, I'm doing my first stream on this date. I don't remember the exact date, but it was in November 2023. I was like, I'm streaming on this day. You know, everybody was excited. And then I get in and then I start the stream and it was hype. Like one of my friends rated in with her people. I was like, whoa. Someone tried to give bits. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm not even qualified to get that yet. And then it was so funny because that stream, I figured it would not flop, but like there'd be some technical errors, right?
Yeah.
So it stopped at like exactly 10 minutes and I was like, what is happening? Why is it doing that? So I thought it was my internet, right? I clicked the start live button again and we're fine. And then it stops again at 10 minutes. And I was like, what the hell? So it happened a couple more times. And like after an hour in, I was feeling a little frustrated, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop for now. We're gonna figure this out and then I'll come back. So then I didn't even figure out the 10-minute thing until I looked back at the VODs that because they automatically posted and
Mhm.
saw that they were exactly 10 minutes long. And I was like, wait a damn minute. I figured out I had a setting on in OBS that should not be on. It was the output timer. So it stopped the stream at 10 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know
I was
OBS had
like,
that. I didn't even know
yeah,
OBS
I
had
don't know
that.
if I saw that either. Yeah.
it's funny,
Either.
you see, but I'm one of the people who likes to snoop around when I receive something new and like figure
Oh.
out how it works and whatnot. But I should have done my research more. So it wasn't until I looked that up and I was like, oh, I should probably turn that off. And once I
Yeah.
turned it off, it was fine, you know?
Mhm.
And then, so after that, I realized I had gained the following, and then I think the average number of viewers, which was 3 at the time. All I needed now was to like stream 7 unique different days. And I was like, okay. So over the next couple weeks I streamed just to play games, fool around, whatever.
Mhm.
In 2 weeks, I got an email saying that I hit affiliate, and I was like, "Oh shit." So beyond that point, it's just been a lot of like gradual like rebranding, figuring out my style, like the style of my channel, what colors I liked, which ones I could like do without, going with certain holidays, coming up with certain stuff to do during those holidays and whatnot. I feel like fast forward to now, the way my channel looks is definitely, it feels more like me. And this is me now like 2.5 years into streaming.
Mhm.
I've had like quite a couple of PNG tubers. I've switched out my emotes a bunch of times, a couple I created. And Ash the Unicorn is someone who strives for inclusivity and diversity, making sure that people's voices are heard and they can be exactly who they're supposed to be, and become exactly who they should be along the line, and still accepting you for like wherever you are in whatever stage of life that you're in, you know?
Okay, got you.
Yeah. What I promote the most is like, again, inclusivity, diversity, love, respect, all the good things. Okay. We could have a passionate debate about something, but as long as we're all hearing each other out, that's more important than being right
That part.
in that situation. Right. Um, so I feel like as I've been streaming, I've gotten really good at one, establishing my boundaries. Like if there's a topic of discussion I'm not very comfortable with, I'm like, hey, can we stop this for a bit
Mhm.
and take this like offline or something? If there's a little bit of if there's like a hint of a fight breaking out in the chat or in the VC, I'm like, hey,
Hold up
if
now.
y'all gonna do this, I'm like, if y'all gonna do this, take it offline. We not doing this today. Literally, one of the rules of my channel is no fighting in the chat
And
or
people
in
don't
the
listen,
VC.
right? People still don't
So,
listen.
you know, sometimes like we bicker, obviously. We gonna troll the
Mhm.
fuck out of each other because like we be cool with each other like that. But in the event that somebody comes in and they're just like trying to start shit and be weird, I'm like, no,
I
you
cut
gotta
that
go.
shit. I cut that shit right off.
No,
No,
for real.
I don't say nothing. No questions will be asked. You will get booted. If I start seeing some weird shit on my chat, I am booting you. I am banning you.
Immediately, I'm like, you gotta go.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at the chat, see what you said. If I don't like it, boop, hit that ban button.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, like I have the group of homies. I got the group of homies, and I feel like it's definitely expanded over the past couple years that I've been doing this. Like we got the OGs, and then we have people that have come in the past couple months, but they
Mhm.
fit in so well with us that it just flows. It all flows so seamlessly. So it has been a very fulfilling experience thus far.
Okay. Well, I was about to ask you my second question, but you already answered it already. So my third question is before streaming, what was the very first game that made you fall in love with gaming?
Ooh, that goes back to childhood.
Mhm. I'm
Hmm.
going there.
Ooh, okay. So I had the Wii console. Okay, the Wii
Okay.
was my baby. And me and my brother and my sister would share that joint when we lived back in New York, and this was before the hurricane swept it away. But you know, that's
Damn.
besides the point. So
Not
there
the,
was this,
not the hurricane taking the Wii.
bro. The
Take-
hurricane just
Right.
came and freaking, and I was like, wow.
It's like
I'll
my
be mad as
baby.
shit.
My baby.
I'll be mad as shit. I can't even lie.
No, my baby.
And it's crazy because like before that, before the Wii, I had the Nintendo DS, right?
Mhm.
But like this particular game on the Wii is when I really truly fell in love with like gaming. So there was a book series I used to read, and I was an avid reader when I was a kid. I'm trying to get back into that now. But anyways, there was a book series I read called The Guardians of Gahul, right? And it's basically about this group of literally owls. I love owls, by the way. But this group of owls that were they're basically these two like organizations. Essentially, the main theme of it is light versus darkness,
Mhm.
okay? And you had the owls who were like on the side of light and love trying to fight against the side of darkness, and the story is like kind of complex, but it starts off with this owl named Soren and his brother who venture out at night as kids, and they get captured by this organization that's part of the darkness, and they try to like fight their way out basically. And the guardians of Ga'Hoole end up finding them. They were wandering around after they escaped, but the guardians found them and took them in, and then like basically raised them because they were far away from home. They didn't know they didn't know their way back. So the guardians took them in and basically raised them and like trained them to become warriors. So now they made a video game for the Wii console and other consoles as well, based on that series called, I believe it's called the Legend of the Guardians, Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Basically, they just elongated it, but it was basically the storyline with like action adventure. And so I would they would give you like different types of owls, so whether it's like a barn owl or a snowy owl, etc., etc., they'd give you different owls you could like as your character. They gave them like different skill sets. They gave you different weapons. Like they had what is it called, they wore armor somewhat like on their bodies, and they had like talent. They had like really sharp talons to put on, and you'd fly around and you'd complete different missions.
Mhm.
And I remember this one moment where I was trying to defeat, I don't think this was the end of the game, I think it was in the middle, but it was a very difficult mission, and I had to closely follow behind the boss of like the enemy. And bro, and multiple times I failed and I was getting pissed off. I was the only one who played that game, by the way, because that's how invested I was in both the series and then the game. But I was like, all right, I got to be strategic. I got to practice patience, which patience is not my favorite word, but it's okay. So eventually, though, I completed the mission. So the first part was to like follow closely behind the enemy, get behind enemy lines, and then whoop ass.
So that's like an action adventure. See, that's an action adventure game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. On the Wii?
Yeah.
I never played the Wii, so I didn't know about that. I mean, I don't know. I lied. Okay. I played the Wii. Yeah. I just never owned one. There we go. I played the Wii. Yeah. I just never owned one because at the time, because the Wii came out around like what, the 360 PS3 time, right? Era.
Yeah,
about a year. I think
it was a little bit after.
A little bit after, right? Yes. Yeah.
Was it a year after? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that game. Yeah. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, like, at that time I was mostly playing like the PS3 and between the PS3 and the Xbox One. So I mean Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, that game was available on the Wii, and I want to say it was available either on Xbox 360 or PS3. But
okay.
After completing that big mission, and again, this was before the Wii got swept away by the hurricane.
Still crazy.
I just felt so I just felt so accomplished with that. And then I'd say like that game, I think that's when I fell in love with like action adventure, but like you said, with gaming in general. And so I wanted to like expand. But after the hurricane, I like didn't mean to take a break from gaming, but that's what basically happened. And then like years later, I got the Nintendo Switch and I was like, oh, we're so back. So I got like a bunch of games on there. And then the Switch 2, the Switch 2 came out and I was like, ooh, that looks nice. So it's a major upgrade.
Did you get on release day or you waited until like it was back in stock?
I waited because one thing about me, I went to school for technology. So when it comes to technology and especially new technology, sometimes new doesn't always mean better. Yeah. And so I wait for basically, I don't want to use guinea pigs, but like the people who like are so adamant about buying it on release date, I wait for like them and their but I wait for them and their experience with the device. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll see for myself as well. Because I'm gonna look online too and see what features it has and see like if that's something I'm willing to invest in.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I got the Switch 2 on release day, and I've been playing it a lot lately too. And I'll be playing mostly like, you know, off stream or when I'm at work. And I ain't gonna lie though, there are a lack of games for the Switch 2, but I feel like this year is gonna be a lot of Switch 2 games this year.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah, Yeah, I agree. I got the Switch 2 launch day because I'm a big Mario Kart guy, so of course I was getting that. But
Heck yeah.
and then
Same.
I've liked the games the Switch 2 has had, but it's about to be a year next month, so no rush. I think there's been
Next
more
month, you mean in
games.
June? You said a year.
I'm sorry, next April. Yeah, sorry, April was when this was announced. My fault. Yeah,
Yeah.
June is when it was released.
Yeah.
Yeah, but within the first full year of it, I think there's going to be more. There was more good games than the PS5 had because PS5,
Mhm.
you're waiting for a bit, so I think it's worth the purchase.
I mean,
so.
at the time when PS5 was coming out, it was around 2020. So you had the COVID year, so that kind of like put things on halt for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the Switch 2, basically it was just the fact there was a lack of hardware to make more Switch 2s at the time. So and plus with the whole terrorist thing going on, which I don't know if y'all heard that Nintendo is
You know,
suing
yeah,
the US.
Nintendo suit. Listen, I
Nintendo
thought that was a
suing them.
rumor. I was like, oh shit. They really
hilarious.
doing it. But
That'd be hilarious.
that sounds like
That'd be
something they would do because it's like clearly their products are very popular over here. First with the Nintendo Switch and the fact that I'd say like even for the original Nintendo Switch, like yes, it's 6 or 7 years old now. I think it just turned
Right.
7, which is crazy. But even with that is like in terms of handheld consoles, there aren't many of those around, to be honest with you. There's the big
Right.
boys like Xbox and PlayStation that have been around for, I want to say, close to like 2 decades, maybe 3 decades, right? So the Nintendo Switch in general as a concept is still pretty new. And now you have other like companies coming out like the Steam with the Steam
Yeah.
Deck and
Stream Val. You got the Stream Val coming out now too. As like a console
Right.
itself.
Exactly. Like a portable handheld console that has a crap ton of storage on it where you can just take it wherever the hell you want. You connect to Wi-Fi if the game connect to Wi-Fi and boom, you play in the game anywhere you want. So I understand the lack of games. Is it annoying? Yes. But like Cam pointed out, I feel like, and Dre, like you pointed out too, I feel like 2026 is it's gonna have to be a big year for Nintendo and them like adding a crap ton of games to the
and
device.
also on top of adding Switch 2 games, they're going to upgrade the Switch 1 games into the Switch 2 games. Like I know for a fact, for example, Super Mario Super Mario's Wonder, they're gonna upgrade to the Switch 2 either next month, I believe. Are these coming out this year? This week or this month, right?
Yeah, like is it the 16th or the 26th? Chat, somebody look. It's either one of those two.
I know sometimes coming out.
Yeah, they've already started coming out with like Switch 2 versions of Switch, like OG Switch games. Which I don't appreciate that the Switch 2 versions are more expensive though. That's the one thing that's like
I would say this. I wouldn't say it's more expensive. It's just like an upgrade. You might just have to pay like a $10 up. Either it's free. It depends on the game though. It depends on the game. Say like you own the game already, but you just have to pay like a $10 for an upgrade to the Switch 2. If you don't own the game, that's where you have to pay the full price.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like Hogwarts Legacy, I think on the OG Switch it's I want to say $59.99, but then like full price on the Switch 2 I think is like $69.99. Yeah, like $70.
But if you own the game, the game though, you just have to pay for the upgrade, which is probably like what?
It's only because of the upgrade to 4K. That's why they charge more.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth if you want to pay $10 extra to get the Switch 2 upgrades. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you like really enjoy the game, I'd say go for it. Plus, if you got the game already like on the Switch 1 with just like at a discount, like are you really paying full price?
No, you're not.
So it works out, you know.
You basically paying partial price for it. You know what I'm saying? And people still complain about it.
Right. Yeah.
And then also too. What was I going to say now too? Speaking about gaming companies, stuff like that. Y'all heard about HighGuard? How they're going to shut down their servers?
Oh man, yeah.
On the 12th, after a month and a half.
That's crazy.
Listen, I don't blame Jeff Keighley, but like you gotta like you can't end that shit after when Mega Man the newest Mega Man was announced right before it, and you end with High Guard.
Yeah.
That's everyone's expectations are gonna be through the roof. And I played it. I just didn't like it. Me, Awkward, and Wavy, we played it. We just didn't like it.
Now,
It's basically medieval Apex Legends.
I don't blame the Game Awards for that, for announcing it as the last game. I mostly blame the developers. Like, y'all should at least give us like some type of a demo or a open
Yeah.
beta to test out the game to see how we like and stuff like that.
I
Instead of
forgot what
just
the damn thing was before it came out.
what?
I forgot about the game. Like, there was no press or anything for
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It just
yeah,
came out
yeah.
one day. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because it'd been quiet for like a whole month after the announcement, and then when I think around like the end of January, that's when they announced the game. Well, that's when they brought the game out, released the game, I should say, and talk about it more and stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna say this: when it comes to High Guard is a good game. You gotta give it more time and give the developers more
Yeah.
time. But
Mhm.
also, I blame the developers too at some point because it was poor marketing. There was no type of marketing until like the very last minute. You want to talk about the game
Right.
and announced and
Yeah.
released like the same day. You know what I'm saying? And that was when we had the blizzard out here in the north. So it's like, yeah. And then also, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Because like even with Apex Legends, Apex Legends started as a game of what, 6 characters, and like, that it was like a battle royale. But there were more players. It was 3 versus 3, like 48 or whatever. High Guard was just like what, 3 versus
3 for-
3. That's 6 players at all. Yeah, free for all.
And then
So
people
it's just
complain
like,
about
I
that.
think-
And then people complain
Yeah.
about that. And then they came up with a 5v5 because they did that because the map was too big, right? The map was too big for 3v3. So they decided to bring a 5v5. And it was a test run. And then it became permanent. And people still complain. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's just
Some people cannot be pleased like at all.
Literally, I was just about to say that you can
Yeah.
never
Right.
please certain people. They're gonna cry and whine about everything.
Mhm. And then on Steam, there was hella negative reviews. I'm like, bro, you only play like half an hour of the game to like an hour. You didn't even give it a chance to play it like that to give you full opinion.
At
Right.
all.
Like,
Come on.
damn.
Yeah.
And then you had other, you have other content creators or other streamers talk about the game as well. And their comments, was negative as well. And then their followers, that's just like, damn, I don't want to play this shit. If they say it's not that good, why the hell should I play it?
Right. Yeah.
And it got
So
so.
we played it.
Go ahead,
sorry,
Cam.
sorry. Yeah, we played it for about a couple hours, and I think our biggest complaint was I think the map was a little too big.
Mhm.
Like when there's action, but it takes a while to get to that action.
Mhm.
Because just going like all the way across, and you got to stop at all these places. So that's personally why I didn't like it, but there were some people who did. So all kudos to them.
Yeah. But also, and I will say this too, when it comes to developers, I think Tencent, the company that like, funded this game, was like, nah, I can't do this shit no more. And they laid off like what? I think 40 people at the time? They laid off by like 40 people.
Yikes.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
the
they
first.
did.
That
That
doesn't help
was
either.
yeah. That was the first part of the downfall right there, laying off people, and then also Tencent, the people that were like invested to this game. That was the second part of it, and then I guess you're like, I guess the third part is like, was it just shut down? And they come up with another update. It came up with they find an update like, bro, the game's over with. Why come up with an update for? You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
it's
screaming.
that right there kind of pissed me off. Like, bro, the game is fucking overdone with like, oh, you could play this before we go off the air. Fuck this.
Before we
Why
go
would
off
I-
the air, like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that should only last for like a month and a half. It's crazy.
Yeah,
month
dude.
and a
That's
half.
wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And plus it was a live service game. So it's mostly like, when it comes to live service games, mostly like a cash grab type shit.
Yeah.
It didn't work out because you can't compete with other live service games like Apex, Fortnite, COD,
Mhm.
Arc Raiders now. Can you
Right.
consider Arc Raiders as a live service game? Probably, right? Yeah. So
I guess, yeah.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
it's a very that genre right there, highly competitive. You can't compete.
Very.
You can't compete with that. And people talking about, oh, I don't have time to play this game. I'm like, bro, some of y'all unemployed as hell. Y'all can play this game as much as y'all want to. Y'all can play Apex, Fortnite all the damn
Bro.
time.
Right.
Mhm.
Please.
But yeah, a lot of these companies, are just going down. It's just
Yeah.
games nowadays just don't hit the same.
They
A lot of
don't.
these games
Yeah.
don't hit
Sure.
the game at all. And that leads me to another question. So you've been playing games for over 10 years, playing on multiple platforms, consoles, PC, whatever. So
Mhm.
how has your taste in games evolved over time?
I would say my core gaming genre has always been action adventure,
Mm-hmm.
but I have ventured out into like indie games. Um and to me like the definition of an indie game is like a game that's not very heard of, but it's a
Yeah.
good game. I'd say like a game that didn't receive a lot of hype for whatever reason. That doesn't mean it's a shit game though.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. So like one example of a game that I have is called Genesis Noir. I never heard of this damn game. And it had come out I'm gonna do some research real quick. Genesis Noir release date. That shit came out March 26, 2021.
Okay.
Okay. I had my Nintendo Switch at the time, the OG. I ain't never heard about this game. Okay. But then like I was just snooping around the store because that's what I do. I was snooping around the Nintendo eShop looking for new games to download. And I was like, what's that? And I looked at the storyline and it's so freaking cool. Like, yeah, it's in like black and white and like hints of gold, which like I guess some people prefer like full color instead of just black and white. But for me in that moment, it didn't matter because I really look at the concept of the game rather than how it looks. And for Genesis Noir, it was a messy storyline, by the way, messy as shit. Okay, it basically involved these three different characters,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like one of them, the what was his name?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. But the character that I played, he was basically involved with this woman who was like a celestial being, and he's also a celestial being, right? But then you had a third celestial being who like basically it was this whole love triangle situation. All right.
Oh.
And when character number 3 found out that character number 2 was basically going out with like character number 1, either he got jealous or characters 2 and 3 were going out with each other
Ooh, it's
before
messy.
character 1 got involved. Right, exactly, right? So then character
Mm-mm.
number 3 takes matters into his own hands, grabs a gun, heads over to homegirl's house and is ready to like bow, just like take her out. Now, at some point in the storyline, time basically slows down and the gunshot apparently turns into like the creation of the universe. And I was like, "Whoa." That's wild. So basically in that gunshot and then like the line that it creates to heading over to character number 2,
Mm-hmm.
you enter these different worlds that are within the line of that gunshot and you find different you complete different scenarios and you find these little like golden swirls to try and stop. It's called the Big Bang because
The
that's
Big
how the world
Bang.
can be, right?
All
So
right.
you're trying to stop the Big Bang and you enter these different worlds and you grab these different items to create a black hole that'll prevent the Big Bang. And I'm like, yo, this is insane. And I played the whole game on stream. And when I tell you the concept was so good. And what I also loved was the element of jazz music incorporated in that game. It was beautiful. And as a music kid, I'm all for it. Do I listen to jazz much? No. But did I enjoy it in that moment a lot? Absolutely. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's stuff like that where like I love me some action adventure, but I love venturing out. I also like platform games. So games like I don't know if you've heard of Grease or Neva. They're
Nah.
both by the same
I've heard of
company.
Neva, yeah.
Neva, right? So
Yes.
and both of those games are stunning. But Grease is basically about this young girl who experience you play Grease, right? That's her name. And throughout the game, you're going through the 5 stages of grief after losing your mother.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you how they portrayed each emotion, like each stage of grief, it had us in tears. Me and my community were going through it collectively, okay? Because like each stage of grief was it was symbolized by like a different color and then with each stage you gained a new power. And then you had like it was either like fear or darkness or whatever portraying like a bird trying to like snatch you up towards the end of the game. Um but then like getting through the 5 stages of grief and hitting accepting what happened. And what I loved about that game too is the fact that the game starts in black and white and gray. as you progress through the game and you reach each color and you gain new powers, you begin to like the world starts to become more colorful again. And I was like, that's very freaking symbolic. Because obviously, when you first suffer a loss, things look really dark, things look pretty much colorless. But then as you're going through, um, you start to feel more alive again, you know? So that game tore us apart mercilessly. And then and then Neva, this woman, I forgot her name. Oh no, Alba. This woman named Alba. She, by the way, I love that they portrayed her as a black girl with like white hair. Love that. But she had met a young, like, I'm gonna call her a dire wolf with like this incredible magical power of light, and they would basically face off against a decaying world. And at some point, Alba, the older dog, she was traveling with her pup. So like the older dog, they have like the ultimate fight against darkness. The mother dies though and leaves behind her child. So now Alba and the young dire wolf are traveling together. And throughout that game, the dire wolf, which represents light and love and whatnot, continues to grow, right? And basically like that one, Neva was much more chaotic than Greece. Neva had all sorts of combat up in there that I was not prepared for, and I was jump scared quite a few times. Didn't appreciate it. But still a very good story about like the cycle of life and about like light and darkness in this like perpetual battle always.
Yeah.
And how there's always the cycle of like darkness seemingly taking over and reigning supreme until a symbol of light comes along to like wipe it all away. But then that same cycle starts over again because that's just how it's just a balance. That's just how it is. So yeah, it's games like those that they gotta hit me in the feels. They gotta hit me right here.
Gotta make you
In some
emotional.
way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'm an emotional being, you know.
Oh, okay.
So like
Gotcha.
they hit me sometimes in here. But I still love me my action adventure. I love me my I also love me my indie games though. Like I just be going in the eShop. I'm like, what can I find that's on discount? That speaks to me.
So would you
So
would you consider like games like Greece, Genesis Noir, and Neva like a very artistic games? Like when it comes to like art,
yes, I would.
like visual
Yes.
gameplay. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Grease for sure, because again, like the world starts off as in like gray, black, and white, and
Mhm.
then as you go through the game and you gain the colors they used were red, green, yellow, blue, basically like the primary colors.
Okay.
Um,
To 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 um to talk about like the 5 stages of grief, right? Use those
right,
colors. Okay.
right.
Okay.
So
So
colors were
within
definitely a big component of that game,
so
and
within
like,
those colors though, like what does red represents, green, blue represents within
oh
like the
yeah,
five
yeah.
stages of grief.
Let me look this up again one more time. Hold on. Grease stages of because I know red resembled anger, which makes sense because
Okay.
that's usually,
Yeah.
you know.
So I was in the
Mhm.
emoji movie.
It does.
Yo. And the colors, let me see. Right, okay. So first stage was where is it? Hello.
Hello.
Why did it download it as a PDF? That's kind of crazy, bro.
Not a PDF.
Not a PDF.
That's so funny. Okay, so the first one's denial, right? They used
Mhm.
gray, the color gray for that. Next is anger, which was red.
Okay.
Next was bargaining, which makes sense. That's basically like you'll do anything you can to either like not accept that loss or to get that person back, whatever.
And what color is
But
that?
bargaining was green.
Oh, okay.
Then next was depression, which was blue.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then the last stage was acceptance, which was yellow.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense because, like, if you think about the sun peeking through the clouds type of vibe,
Yeah.
like it's, light breaking through the dark type of idea.
So that's 4 colors you just mentioned just now, right? Or just 5? I lost track.
5, because like it started
Okay.
off with gray, so like
Oh, okay,
they
gray.
included gray
Yeah.
in there. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. Gotcha. So
Mhm.
gray, red, blue, green, yellow. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Got
with
it.
Neva, like Neva was already There were some parts where it was really like dark, so like black and white and gray,
Mhm.
but in the more like brighter parts of the world, very colorful, very vibrant. So that one I liked the balance between like lack of color and then full of color, almost like
Yeah.
lack of life and full of life type of thing.
Mhm.
And then with Grease remained like not Grease, Genesis Noir. That one remained black and white, but adding in the gold, like the elements of gold, I thought was very interesting because it showed like great significance in trying to complete the mission, which was like preventing the Big Bang.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Cam likes any questions for Ash?
So
You
yeah,
got
you're
four.
action adventure fan. You know, I like those games too. Can you give me your top 5?
My top 5. Ooh. Right now, I honestly, even though I have not played this game in a while, the one that made me fall in love with gaming is still my top one. Legend of Guardians, Guardians of Gahul is forever gonna be my favorite. And I'm like, I need them to remaster that so bad. I really
Mhm.
do. But we got Legend of the Guardians. I love Bayonetta. I love Bayonetta so bad. And I'm doing normal difficulty for Bayonetta,
Mhm.
which has been hard. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
normal. I can't even imagine hard. I'm not even gonna touch that. But yeah,
True that.
Legend of Guardians, Bayonetta, Mario plus Rabbids, like Kingdom. That one I had played. That was one of the first games I played when I got my OG Switch, and I thought it was pretty fun. It's also sort of a not a puzzle game, but you definitely got to be strategic with it.
Mhm.
Tactic
Um,
game, yeah.
yeah. Then I have which other one? Ah, there's so many games I've played. My brain is like lagging right now. Legend of the Guardians, Bayonetta, Mario. I want to say, although no, Date Everything's not action adventure. I mean, technically, yeah, but not really. Because everything's more of like a dating sim, like a dating sandbox type of
What game?
situation.
Wait, what game again?
Date Everything.
Oh, okay.
That one is like, I mean, it is technically an adventure, but it's not action necessarily.
All right. Got you. I
Hmm.
got you.
I mean, instead of top 5, I guess top 3.
Okay, so I kind of have a question similar to that, but this time it's with indie games. So, like, what are
Mhm.
5 indie games that are just like your top 5 right now, or at minimum top 3?
I got you. Definitely the 3 I mentioned. If I had to place those 3 at number 1, that's kind of difficult. It might have to be Grease though. Grease might have to be number 1 because that one really like spoke to me, and how they portrayed the 5 stages of grief was beautiful and a portrayal that I'd never seen before. And the way they portrayed it was very, very good. So Grease would be number 1. I'd say Genesis Noir is number 2.
Mhm.
And Neva's number 3 for me.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so any upcoming games you looking forward to play in 2026?
So I know this one's not an upcoming game. However, they are coming out with it on the Switch, which is South of Midnight. If y'all have heard of that one.
It is coming out on
Oh
the
yeah,
Switch
I did a playthrough. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming out on the Switch and on the PS5. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
forgot. Is it this month or is it in May?
next month.
I know
I
it's
think
coming
it's
out
in
in the
this month.
spring.
No, this month at the end of for the
This
PS5
month, yeah.
version. The PS5 version. The PS5 version is coming out March 31st.
Mhm.
So literally at the end
Oh,
of the month.
okay.
Yeah, but for the
Word.
Switch 2, don't know.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what the Switch do.
I
Yeah,
have to check again for that one. Yeah, that's one game that I am looking forward to playing. I'd seen my friend Blue play, and I think it's a game that takes place in Louisiana or like in the
It
South,
is, yeah.
in
somewhere
the
in the
South.
South.
Yeah,
But it's
Louisiana,
very
yeah.
much like steeped in like Southern folklore. And I'm like, ooh, I'm
I
interested
played
in
it.
that.
I played it.
Yeah.
I played it too. It's really good. Yeah.
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 I would definitely recommend it.
And I know it has elements of like horror, which I'm not much of a horror girly, but still, I'm like, I think
not,
this would
not
be
really.
Not really.
Not really.
Nah,
No.
it's not like yeah, it's not really like it has like little scary tales every now and then, but it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna get scared. No. Not
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's none of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, not like no jump scares or anything like that though.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
but-
Neva had some serious jump scares. I was like, hell no.
Mhm.
It was
But nah,
stressed out.
But South of Midnight was a very good game. I played on the PC. Very fun, very enjoyable. And you would be like really interested in the story too. Like you would just there's like you will not skip a cutscene at all. You would not.
Period. Yeah.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
I
I feel
definitely
like
South of
honestly, on
Midnight.
the first playthrough, I don't skip no storyline. I'm like, I gotta see it through all the way, you know?
Oh, let me see. South of
Otherwise, that's just
Midnight.
disrespectful.
When does South of Midnight
Very
comes
good
out
game. Yeah.
for the Switch 2? I know it's coming out for the Switch 2. They announced it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, March 31st. So the Switch 2 version is coming out March
Oh,
March
let's
31st.
go.
Oh, okay, yeah, into March. All right.
Slay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, same time
Hell
as the
yeah.
PS5.
W.
Yeah. Definitely cop it when you can. Definitely cop that shit when you can.
Absolutely.
And I love
Absolutely.
the fact how most of these games are now coming out for the Switch 2. Like that just tells you right there that the Switch 2 can compete with the PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Although the graphics
Mhm.
may suck on the Switch 2 because it's not like, the hardware is not there, but it can compete. Like
Yeah,
I'd
good.
say like the Switch 2 definitely. I mean, I guess compared, I feel like because I finally have my own PC, right? So
Mhm.
like I've played a few games on my PC. I'm still relatively new to PC. But I feel like compared to the Nintendo Switch 2, for me, it looks about the same as far as like how smooth the gameplay is.
Right.
But like compare the Switch 2 to the Switch 1, massive upgrade. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it
Because
is.
the Switch 1 was streaming at like 30 FPS.
Mhm.
Yo, I don't know how I was playing Fortnite on that, John. Okay? Because that's where I first started playing Fortnite, was on my Switch. I don't know how I was doing it, catching wins no less. And then I got the Switch 2 and I was like, I'm no longer looking at pixels.
Mhm.
I'm a dangerous motherfucker now.
And
no
it's
one
crazy.
can stop me.
And people always say like, "Oh, I don't want to upgrade to the Switch 2 because it's like lack of games." Okay, there is a lack of games for the Switch 2. I can give people that, but when it comes
Right.
to like the comparison graphic wise from the Switch 2 from the
Yeah.
Switch 1 to the Switch 2, just from handheld itself, you can see a major fucking difference.
Yes,
Like-
Massive
bro.
Right,
difference.
Massive.
I'm like, bro,
Because the
if-
Switch 2 could stream up to like 120 FPS. I said, oh my
just
god.
on handheld itself with 100
Right.
with 60 like with 1080p on the screen itself. On the
Right.
dock is 4K 60 frames per second. So like
Right.
that's what I was really looking for in the Switch 2 is the 4K when you dock it on the TV. That's what I'm really looking for. And I enjoy it a lot too. You can see it makes a
Yeah.
difference. I just hate when people talk about, oh, I don't want to get the Switch 2 because of this, that, and that. I'm like, bro, just say you're broke. Just say you're broke. That's it. Nah, I'm just, it is what it is. It's like, bro, you just don't want to get the Switch 2 because it's like you just broke. Just say it. Just say you're broke.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
It's
all I
like
gotta
it's
say.
okay to listen in this economy that we're currently living in, bro. If you ain't got
Right.
it, that is okay.
That's
Just say
perfectly
that.
fine.
Just say
Don't
that.
Fine.
say you don't got it, but yeah, you're going on trips and shit like that to different cons and stuff like that. But
That too.
I'm gonna just
Right.
mind my business. I'm just mind my business.
You know
But-
what? Another game, because I was just looking. I'm sorry to interrupt. Another game that I just saw is coming out. Moomin Troll Winter's Warmth. Wait, and that's
Never
coming
heard of
out
that one,
next
bro.
month. So
Never
like
heard
I've
of
heard of
that.
Moomin. There's a game that I play called Sky Children of the Light. That one's not
Okay,
necessarily.
that game I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, that game's not necessarily an indie game, but I feel like I haven't met a lot of people who play it. It's really nice though, and it's really cozy, and it's free, and it's basically like everywhere.
Mhm.
But they collabed with Moomin for like a mini season, and they had like a little season pass. So I'm like, okay, y'all coming out with a game for like Moomin itself? Now I'm intrigued. It's that they said the art style looks like a storybook. Yeah, and I'm looking at the art style right now. It looks cute. Yeah, that looks like something I'd play. I'm probably gonna tap into that. It
Oh,
looks very cute.
This is the question I wanted to ask too before. Do you feel like anybody can answer this question, right? Do you feel like the most of these game companies are making too many remakes / remaster games?
Mm,
A bit. It's like, in my opinion, it's touch and go. Some of these remakes
yeah.
are incredibly needed. Final Fantasy VII needed a remake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't really play that. You can't really play that game anymore. And I think that you know, like, but others like Last of Us Part One that didn't need a remake. It just needed like an
That
HD
part.
upgrade. I didn't need
Yeah.
like a.
I mean,
What
that
you call
what
it?
they came up with a remaster for that one for part one of
Yeah,
Last
that's
of
true.
Us.
But like
But yeah,
and
no, I mean,
I feel
I
like
go ahead, Ken. My bad. I don't
sorry,
want
yeah.
to cut you off.
The remakes, oh sorry. The remakes that I prefer are the ones that are like, where they're fully from the ground up. Like they came out in like the 90s and now they're fully remade. That's the
Yeah,
ones I
Right.
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like remake games more than remaster because remakes, like just like what Cam said, basically like from they're making the game from the ground up. Yes, they still got this.
Mhm.
They still keep the same stories, but they just use
Mhm.
new game engines and new gameplay mechanics to make it like modern for like newer gamers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
certain games with the remakes, they may tweak a couple of things, but sometimes it's better than the original.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I mostly played the remake because I never played the original before. Like Final Fantasy VII, for example, I played the Final Fantasy VII remake. I never played the original, or the
Same.
rebirth. So,
Mhm.
and also with
Yeah.
Resident Evils 2, 3, and 4, I only played the remakes because at the time when them just came out, the original, I was not a fan of horror games. I was not until I got until I got older and I could tolerate certain horror games where I could defend myself. Now I could actually play it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it felt definitely remakes of games from like a couple decades ago, especially
Mhm,
ones that were very popular at the time.
mhm.
Feel like, listen, reintroduce those things to the current generations, bro. They might enjoy it too, if not more
yeah.
so than the last generation did. You know what I'm
I don't know
saying?
about
So
the current
like,
generation now too, but
Yeah, I don't know
some
about the current
motherfuckers like to
generation
complain.
either.
I don't know about the current
Over
generation.
everything.
They
I know, right?
complain. No, they complain.
They really, no, they really do. So so critical. But yeah, I'm like, and honestly, not even so much for the current generation, but for the older generations to get in touch with that side of themselves again that really enjoyed gaming. And they now have access to those games on more modern devices. We got the adults gotta have shit too. Okay. We need
Right.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We trying to get back in touch with the child who enjoyed gaming so much that they'd be on there for hours, forget to sleep, forget to hydrate, forget to eat, type of stuff, you know.
You know what game I
Um,
really need? I'm sorry to cut you off. The
no,
game
you're
that
good.
a game that really needs a remake, and I know people gonna hate me for saying this shit, is Sonic 06. Sonic
Oh
06 needs
God.
a remake. I love
I
Dude,
Sonic
agree with
06.
it, but
so many people was not
I
fucking
agree
with
with,
Sonic
but they'll
06.
never do it. Yeah,
I
they'll
know
never
that
do it.
I know they'll never do it though, but I would love to have that shit as a remake because that game was
Oh,
nice
yeah.
and that game was nice. Although it had the glitches and bugs, it kind
That's
of
so
pissed
funny.
people
It
off,
was
but it was a very good game. And that's what I
it was
miss,
a
right?
very good idea. It was a
And
very good idea having all three of the
and
hedgehogs, Sonic,
mhm,
Shadow, and Silver. It
yep.
was a very good idea.
And then also know, back when like all the PS2 games, like the PS2, Xbox, GameCube games, like games were perfect there. Games were perfect back then. Like you had to worry about no DLCs. Games was fully finished. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All but you had like your bugs and glitches on those games, but you just gotta have to deal with that shit and call it a day. Nowadays, you got these games out here, they've half-assed the game to a point where they gotta get DLCs, multiple DLCs. They ain't got hella glitches, hella bugs, hella fucking
Mhm.
cheating. It's like, bro, it's like you can't
Yo,
enjoy games now. You can't enjoy games like that
don't
nowadays.
even get me started on the cheating, especially on Fortnite. And I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
And the fact that, and here's my thing, right? I didn't even start playing Fortnite when it first came out.
Me either.
To me, Fortnite was whack. To me, Fortnite was like, that's a child's game. And then suddenly I got into it like in what, 2023? Or
Mhm.
literally around the same time that I started streaming. And I was like, damn, this
I
game is
started
fire. And
playing.
now I'm out here a fanatic, dragging
Yeah.
people in with me. I'm like, get on the game. Right. And, but even though I've only been playing for 2 years, there have been a ton of changes. One of which was the biggest mistake Epic could have ever made, which was basically telling the cheaters and hackers, hey, we're giving y'all a second chance, okay? No matter how they try to word it different or spin it, I'm here like, okay, well, as someone with reading comprehension skills that are pretty high, I might add, why y'all do you think they're gonna learn their lesson? No, they're gonna
No.
go back and do the same shit that they did, if not better now than they did before. What is wrong with you?
And if they do get banned, and if they get caught cheating and they get banned, whatever, get eliminated, whatever you want to call it, they can still make another account and do the same shit over again. So it's
Right.
like people,
And
you
that's
can
the one thing
you can
that
find
blows
ways,
me.
you can find ways to stop cheating and stuff like that, but people find a loophole around that shit just to continue to cheat.
Every single time.
Yeah,
It will
they
be the
do.
games you least suspect people will cheat in, and they still find a way to do it.
And
Through
then also,
patches and everything.
yep, and
For
then
real.
look at Martin Rivals, for example, right? Just more recently now, if you play rank, people are literally throwing games and fucking up people's rank. And now you got the developers talking about, okay, we about to start banning people who literally throwing games. You know what I'm saying? People just
So bad.
going off the map or getting themselves shot up for no fucking reason. Basically, like, literally throwing the game. And I'm telling you, they're gonna find a way these cheaters gonna find a way to get around that shit. Okay, you can find
It is so bad.
you could stop cheating all you want, but it's like it's still gonna find ways. It's an ongoing situation that probably never get fixed. And
Right.
even if you
That
ban, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of like banning and all that, there's a streamer named Lucky Zeal. I guess there was like some website or something where people basically place bounties or whatever, and he plays rivals and he plays a lot of comp. Someone literally was offering $200 to throw his games because they can't stand him, and he is a bit of a dick. But
Bruh,
someone literally had
wait.
$200 on his head for them to throw his game in ranked, and I saw the match. People on his team were intentionally throwing themselves off the cliffs. The enemy team
Damn.
kind of knew it. It was crazy, but people will do shit like that.
Wait, hold up.
That shit's
This
insane.
is some new shit. You telling me that people really put fucking bounties on people's heads for to
That's
throw the
kinda
game
crazy,
like
honestly.
that? That's crazy.
Yes,
right?
and someone actually got it.
That's not.
That's insane.
Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, I
I know
understand,
that.
there's crappy people. I understand, but like, you ain't got to go that far as to
That's what
sabotage somebody like that. That don't make you any better than the person you're doing it to, bro. Come on.
At all.
Yeah, that shit
Right.
just crazy. You got bounties now. It's crazy.
Yes, people really be putting
That's
bounties.
insane.
Hey, I'll pay you this much if you do this to this person's game. Boy, his team
Oh
had like
my
30 something deaths. Each
goodness.
person on his team had like 30 something deaths just throwing himself off a cliff.
Bro,
Like
bounties.
fucking black market for like cheating.
Right.
That's the mafia right there. That's the mafia for gamers right there, yo.
God.
Got the
Oh my
mafia.
that is-
You got the
goodness.
mafia. You got the mafia involved in games too. Oh shit. Niggas about to start
hell
owning.
no.
Right.
Niggas about to start owning money out here. Sports
No, for real.
gambling. You got sports gambling.
Mhm.
Now you got games out here. Video games
Mhm.
gambling. You know
Mhm.
the mafia about to be involved now with this shit now too. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, yo. If the mafia get a hold of this shit, oh my god, that would be the end. You won't hear the end of that. I'm telling you.
Oh, it's wild out
And-
here.
and
Like,
this
we
is
can't
why-
just enjoy games like we used to, for real.
And this is why
Sick.
I don't play rank. And this is why I don't take rank
And
seriously.
that's fair. And that's the crazy
Yeah.
part too, is like in Fortnite, I'm like, you would think that they take this to the ranked matches. Hell nah. Hell nah. You experiencing this shit. You just trying to have a good old time. You just came home from work, or you just came home from running a crap ton of errands. You just trying to chill on the
Right.
game. But no. These
Nah.
people won't let you live because they
See?
want to cheat.
Quit play. You could bullshit all you want though, but when it comes to like rank or
Right.
competitiveness, yeah, don't bullshit because not
Right.
only that you fucking up your rank, you fucking up other people's ranks too, and you purposely doing so. And then I be watching
Right.
people stream like Rivals, Apex when he play ranked. I'm like, yo, y'all look stressed as hell. Y'all be arguing with these people like, yo, leave these people the fuck alone.
Right.
And this is why, and this
So
is why,
bad.
and this is why I keep my voice chat off from Rivals, because niggas complain. They call you out for every little
Yeah.
thing, but it's their fault. They blame you
Right.
for the shit that
Right.
you doing, that you've been doing.
Like, bro,
But,
I can't heal myself. Y'all gotta be the healer.
yeah, like, and the fact the creative balance like y'all want to go up and y'all want to go way ahead of me when I'm trying to. I can't heal y'all that far. If y'all
Right.
out of sight, I can't heal y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I be seeing people play rivals rank. I'm like, yo, y'all, that can't be me.
No,
That
for real,
shit.
kudos to y'all. I haven't even touched
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals. I'm like, do I want to?
Nah, Marvel Rivals a fun game. It's just the
Mm.
fact that you're gonna
That's
have
fun, yeah.
you're gonna have these randoms gonna be fucking with you, yo. That would purposely
Yeah.
throw the
I think
game.
those kind of games are more fun when you're playing with your friends that you know. In my honest
Absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah. And
Even
that,
in quick match, people be taking that mess way too seriously. It's like, go play rank. That's why that mode is there.
No, for
Mhm.
real. I'm like, what, you use an unranked as practice? No,
Yeah,
use
pretty
ranked as
much.
practice. That's what you here for.
Exactly.
Shit.
And then when they do play rank, now they ass or
Right.
it's just I don't know. Rank, that's how I try to stay the fuck away from rank, because rank is very toxic. No matter what game you play, it has its own toxicity. Apex is toxic, Fortnite is toxic, COD is
Mhm.
toxic,
Yeah.
Rivals is toxic when it comes to rank.
They all just toxic, bro.
Yeah, you hear a whole bunch of shit too that niggas be popping their shit, like talking their shit, saying some wild shit. I'm like, yo, it's not that serious.
It's really
If
not.
if you want to be serious, play serious. That's it. If you want to be
Exactly.
serious, play serious.
I'm
Don't
like,
get
lock
mad.
in.
Exactly, lock in. Don't
Just
throw the
lock
game.
in. It's that simple. Don't throw the game. Don't cheat. Just lock in and do better. Like how you telling the rest of us to. You out here gaslighting people when you out here able to shoot people through walls. Make it make sense, bro. Don't piss me off. Please. I'm begging you. Just get good at the game. Cause I'm over here doing all this movement. I ain't gotta cheat. I'm just like that. Like, how are
And for-
you moving like that though?
And for
Like,
all those streamers who play these ranked matches, whatever game y'all play rank, I don't want to hear y'all complain because y'all still playing this. Y'all still playing the game. Y'all still playing rank.
bro. What also blows me is like when I remember there was this one incident with like Nick 830 and how he complained about shockwaves in Fortnite and how they're like OP or whatever, right? And then suddenly I want to say like a few days or like over a week later, shockwaves were vaulted in Fortnite. Now, considering the timeline, people were like, that's suspicious. That's weird. And so they put the blame on Nick A30 because Nick A30, who is a big time Fortnite player and literally has his own like skin and backbling and whatnot in the game itself, clearly he has a ton of like power and influence, whether he knows it or not. I'm sure he knows it though. But like people are going to listen to what he has to say. So him complaining about something as small as shockwaves and how like people are carrying too many or whatever was like that started an uproar because it's like, bro, that's what you have to complain about, not about the fact that people are cheating. You got to complain about shockwaves. Okay, cool. And so people got pissed off, and I was just like, I feel like as an influencer, the moment you realize you have influence over certain people or like organizations or just people or organizations in general that you work with, the moment you understand that you play a part or have an impact on those people, that's when you got to make a choice as to whether you're going to use that influence for good or for bad. And I feel like complaining over the little things as an influencer, one, makes you seem like a child, and two, it just makes you seem like you're never like grateful or never have any constructive criticism for the product that's placed into the world. And so now like shockwaves are back, but they mounted it down from a set of 6 that fills up one slot in your loadout to a set of 4. And I was like, that doesn't prevent people from picking up more than 4 though to fill up another slot in their loadout. So what are we doing here? I was like, yo, keep it as, I was like, I would have kept it as a set of 6 for one slot in your loadout, but you literally cannot pick up any more to fill up another slot in your loadout. You understand what I'm saying? Like I would have done it, I would have worked it like that. But it's like people are able to pick up like 3 sets of 4 and they're holding like 8, 12 shockwaves in their loadout. Why is that necessary? How have y'all not nerfed this yet? But y'all want to nerf the number that like people can hold in one loadout. Okay. I'm like, y'all's math is not mathing. Okay. You need to fix this. But yeah, people like Nick A30 who complain about the little things. It's just like, bro, like you're, and of course, again, because Nick 830 is bringing Fortnite money, they're gonna listen to him somewhat. And so, yeah, the
Yeah.
timeline makes sense. And as much as he wants to say, oh, no, I'm not at fault for this, rah, 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 it's like, you may not be directly at fault for it, but the thing is, what you said clearly had an impact on them. And so they decided to follow through, they being Fortnite or Epic. They decided to follow through with what you said because you hold a lot of power and influence and you're one of the main people streaming Fortnite. Like, every time you go live and you have a crap ton of people who follow you and also listen to what you say, right? Like, it's just a domino effect. It's just, and it just snowballs. So it's like when it comes to being a content creator, just like, or just a leader in general, I'm like, you gotta have a certain level of self-awareness as to like how much influence you have, and then you gotta actively decide, like, on a daily basis, basically, how you gonna use that.
Well, what I missed? I heard about
Just
some content creators.
Good. No, I was just having a discussion about like Fortnite and the whole Nick A30 situation with the shockwaves and how they
Okay.
vaulted it like a few days or like a week or so after he said something about it.
Mhm.
And how just like as a leader of any person or any community, you once you know you have a certain level of influence, you gotta have like some sort of self-awareness as to like how you're gonna use that influence
Accountability?
over people. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, hold yourself accountable for sure. That's one one of it. That's
All
one part
right,
of it.
so
Yeah.
that leads me to another question.
Mhm.
Who's a content creator or streamer that you hate, that you despise of? Well, despise is kind of a harsh word. Hate the most.
I don't know if despise or hate is worse.
Don't worry, you won't get in trouble.
I mean, I honestly, there's not many people I dislike.
You just look at them and just like they just irk your nerves. Like,
They definitely just like irk my nerves. There
ugh.
was this one situation, this happened like a couple of not even. I'd say like this happened a year in of me streaming and it involved another streamer friend of mine. But
Mhm.
basically the situation that occurred was taken completely out of context by a third party who wasn't even involved in the situation in the first
They just want
place.
to get us out to
And so
involve.
right, and then they brought in a crap ton of other people, and I was like,
Whoa.
when
Hold
did it get to this? Oh snap! Boom!
Hey, boom.
Boom. Thank you for that
Yo.
raid, my guy.
Let's go.
Thank you for the raid. Boom. Thank you. For those just tuning in, my name is Dre Montana52. I am a variety streamer, and today this is the JungleCast Podcast. We are interviewing Ash the Unicorn. So we were just talking about a situation, but I'm gonna let Uniform Ash talk about it. So let's listen to more about this. But thank you
But
for the raid, though.
but yeah, like basically my friend was approached by like someone else in the community and they tried like making advances with them and they were just not with it. They were like, no. And unfortunately, by the third party that I mentioned, it was taken in the context of like, oh, uh white woman being racist towards a black dude and whatever. And it was like, hold on.
Mhm.
It was not that way at all. My friend simply was not interested in this dude. She didn't even know his skin color or his ethnicity, race, whatever you want to call it, before, like, prior to this. So what the fuck? Like, but somehow race got into the mix and it blew me so bad. Like, honest to God, I was ready to cuss somebody out. Like, I was ready to cuss this person out because I'm just like, why did you feel the need, even though you weren't involved at all in the situation? Why did you feel the need to take matters into your own hands like this and then try to get a bunch of people against my friend? Like, that's not cool. And it really did turn into this big thing to the point where the stream team the stream team that my friend was trying to get into, I don't remember if they got in there or not, but the leaders of the stream team had to come in and like apologize because some people in their stream team were behaving so negative towards my friend and they didn't even have all the details. But that's because people automatically ran with the story of racism, which was not the root of the situation at all.
I hate when the fact that a story becomes one-sided and he just listens to that one side. They don't like to listen to the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
they want to listen to that bad side and trying to stick with that bad side. You know what
Right.
I'm trying to say?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's
Yeah.
like, again, taken way out of context. And
Mhm.
so I'm like, listen, I'm like, as a Black woman in an online space that's not designed for Black women, as someone who's friends with this white woman, and seeing how much they've supported me and also other Black creators, safe to say she's not racist. Safe to
Mhm.
say she's actually a supporter of the Black community and of like making sure that we're okay and sending out whatever resources she can for outreach. So it's like, for you, again, third party, you weren't even, it was an A B conversation. C, get the fuck out. Okay. But I'm like, you, for party C to just blow it so out of proportion, it blew my mind. That it made my head hurt at some point. I was like, yo, I'm not involved in this no more. But I had to block some people because I'm like, y'all are like, when I tell you it was all over Twitter, that's how bad it got. I was like, oh, this is nuts. This
Over
is fucking insane.
it got over Twitter too as well.
Yes, bro. It got over Twitter. I said, whoa, to the point where I had to comment because I'm like, y'all don't even know what happened. So shut up. Please, respectfully, shut up.
Mhm.
Stop talking. Please. You're not even willing to like be open-minded and just like listen. So I'm gonna need you to keep your opinions to yourself.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Twitter, though, it's Women History Month and all, and I think it was sometime this week how like I guess Twitch rivals announced their game Overcooked for International Women's Day, and it just you know what I'm about to go with this, right? How you feel about that? I feel like that shit would just they took it out of context for me personally. Like it's a game.
They definitely did. However, I understand where people were coming from.
Yeah.
But the main issue with that whole thing was miscommunication.
Mhm.
So this literally came up as conversation on my stream on Tuesday, I believe, where my friend Alaski was just like, yo, like, did you hear about what's going on with Twitch Rivals and the Women's Guild? I was like, no. What's happening? Mind you, I'm in Women's Guild. So I was like, no. I hadn't checked the chat. So they're like, they're fighting right now over the game that the women are playing and how, it's like misogynistic and whatever. I was like, pause. So before I even looked at the chat, I was like, basically that it was a cooking game, right? It was Overcooked 2. I didn't see the name of the game though until I went into Women's Guild, but they chose a cooking game, and I was like, or like there was a cooking game being played, and I was like, the first question I asked, because people nowadays tend to not ask questions, they tend to assume first. But the first question I asked was like, was this game voted on by Women's Guild? Because if it was, that means it was their decision and that it's on the women streamers, not on Twitch. So
they say it was, right?
It was. I went and looked in Women's Guild, and the game was voted upon. They had a set of games, like 4 or 5 games, and everyone voted, and Overcooked 2 ended up being the game that was chosen. And the thing is, I'm like, yo, if you're beasting over a cooking game, y'all have no idea what Overcooked 2 is, clearly, or even Overcooked 1. Overcooked is hilarious. I've never played it, but I've seen some of my good friends play. It's
I played
hilarious.
It's a very competitive
really
game. Very chaotic game.
Very competitive, yeah. So I'm like, I understand why they chose it.
I would say more chaotic than more competitiveness, because I don't see like the competitive side of Overcooked. It's much like a cooperative game though, so there's no competitiveness. I could say yes, it's chaotic, but not as competitive as people say it is. Because be honest with you, Overcooked is not really a competitive game. You're not like you're going against one another. You actually working together to complete these dishes within different settings that could cause chaotic shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Right. Probably how they situated it though was like you had your teams that you were working with like in the game, and then I guess like whoever racked up the most amount of points per team was the winner.
Yeah, they should have
just like that.
Yeah, like they could have came out with more better context. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it was blowing up because what was not said to everyone on the outside was the fact that the women voted on the game.
Yeah.
That was left out. which now caused this uproar of like, oh my gosh, why are the women playing a cooking game during Women's History Month? That's misogynistic, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, yikes. So then, just as I had said, it was about miscommunications, same thing that they posted about, because now Twitch staff had to get involved, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? And they said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course I saw it on Twitter. Of course I did. But like not as much as other people, because like Kai was like, yo, this is all over Twitter. I was like, I'd only seen like 1 or 2 posts about it. But one woman streamer was like, oh, like if they didn't say that like the game was voted upon, that means y'all wasn't supposed to know. And I was so tempted to comment under her tweet and be like, wrong. And the reason why is because obviously if you're on the inside and you're following with the process, obviously you're going to know.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like basic information such as the women voted on this game is pretty important for the general public to know, so that there's not an uproar such as this. And that lack of information is exactly why people were so pissed off about it. Basically, it was almost the same situation with like Black Guild and how Twitch posted a tweet about Black Guild and how like, oh yeah, like look at these cool like creators, and people are like, oh, isn't that racist? And I'm like, did you read what they said about?
I swear you can't have you can't have nothing good.
It blew me so bad. It blew me so bad because I'm also part of Black Guild, and so I was like, I was right. Okay, cool. So you get me.
Yeah.
Right. So I was in the general chat of Black, and I was like, yo, these people are wilding in the comments under this tweet. And so Honey and Anka hit me up and were like, yo, which tweet was this? I was like, I got you. I sent them the link and everything. But they're like, oh, like y'all are causing separation on the platform and all this other stuff. I'm like, no, they're not. They're bringing together marginalized people so that so that we can all find each other and collaborate, because Twitch was not made for Black people, for women, for the LGBTQIA. I call them the alphabet mafia. It was not created for people like us. It was created. It's a predominantly white male space, and I'm gonna just call it like it is. I call a spade a spade. Twitch is predominantly male and it's predominantly white. And so the guilds were created to bring people who look more like us, who look more like me, who look more like y'all together so that we could collaborate and then create our own thing. It's not about separation. If anything, it's about unity, babe. If you're not down with it, you could leave. It's that simple.
Bye.
And of course, it was during Black History Month too.
Yeah, of course it was. Because why not? You know, they never have this big of an uproar until it's our time to shine.
Yeah,
too damn bad.
That's crazy.
And you know what? That's why we extended it, because now it's Melanin March. W.
Hello.
I swear, Twitter. I swear, it's just people just saying shit on Twitter just to piss people off. They know what they do. They know what they're doing too. They just want to say shit just to piss people off.
They be rage baiting so bad.
And it's crazy because I've seen some of the comments too. There's like, oh, isn't this segregation all over again? And oh, there's no French guild. There's no. It's like, well, fucking advocate for it. Don't you got a voice? You talking shit under the wrong post. Yell at Twitch, not the Black guild.
And I heard that I saw on Twitter that a woman that was in the Twitch Women Guild that got kicked out because I guess I forgot the whole context about that.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm like, yo.
Wait, what happened with that? I didn't hear that.
I don't know. Some women from the Twitch Women's Guild say something.
I think it was the Women's Guild, yeah.
Yeah,
they
kicked her out. I don't know what the hell happened. I didn't really care much about it anyway, because like I'm minding my own business at the end of the day. Because it's like I was gonna say something. Well, when it came to like the Twitch rivals and the Overcooked shit, then somebody mentioned how that the Women's Guild voted for the game. I'm like, all right, cool. Right. I'm just mind my own business at the end of the day. I'm just mind my own business. Right. Because I ain't trying to get caught in this shit. It's just a whole bunch of shit. Shit happened on Twitter. Twitter just entertainment at this point.
Twitter is an interesting place. Like, I have never been this active on Twitter before.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all heard about the 50 Cent and T.I. beef lately that's been going on?
Yes. Oh, that's hilarious.
I think I have. I don't think it's popped up on my timeline though. But...
Man, listen, look. I'm going with 50.
Just when I think 50 can't get any more petty.
This man made a people upset that people were upset that 50 Cent made a one line diss in his theme song for Power Book Origins, which I'm going to watch, by the way, when it comes out. And I'm going to listen to that song every week just because of that line. 50 is good with marketing, man. People be forgetting that 50.
People forget he's a marketing genius.
Exactly. Like,
No, for real.
50, like, I understand that 50's a rapper, but he don't need to get in this rap beef at all, bro. You know, you don't want to entertain T.I. doing this versus shit. Like, he making more money than T.I.
Right.
T.I. had to quit comedy because T.I. had to quit comedy because he's not that funny. You know, that's why he cut his dreads and try and go back to rapping.
Damn.
And then what's funny about T.I. is the fact that he uses like a lot of like big vocabulary words.
Yeah.
Sentences.
Exactly.
Like T.I. is a poetic dude, but comedy was not for that.
Exactly.
Right.
For him.
That's why he cut his dreads for a reason. And then also you got his albino son King and Domani teaming up against 52. Cause you know 50 talk shit about his wife, because 50 talk shit about T.I. wife too. Now, was it unnecessary? Yes. But you know.
Right, just stick to the band. Just stick to don't bring nobody else into it.
Yeah, like
you remember what happened when the last person talked about somebody's wife? Drake did that shit to Kendrick. We all remember what happened then.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's the thing though, right?
Times.
But I feel like with 50 though, like I said, 50 is a marketer genius. Like he put that one line diss against T.I. Tiny in his theme song, which people gonna be listening to every single fucking week. Just to remind y'all, like, yeah, he gonna make his money. And I know for a fact that his theme song gonna be playing on the radio. I guarantee you. So 50's a marketing genius. 50 Cent is the king of
hell. 50 Cent's still a meme. What you saying fuck me for? Nelly for your first baby mama. Say fuck that nigga. That's my favorite 50 Cent thing of all time. I don't care.
I like 50 because 50 don't back down for nothing. Regardless who it is that's trying to have beef with him, he don't back down for nobody. No matter what. Like, you could call 50 a pussy and this, that, and the third, or he can't rap. 50 could rap. He just don't have to.
Can rap.
He just don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember, he got shows. He's a producer of multiple shows, from the Power Universe to BMF to the Diddy documentary, which I don't understand why people still mad at him for that. You know, it's still kind of weird to me why people still mad at 50 when he came out with a Diddy documentary. Like, we all know 50 don't like that nigga. There's a reason why. All because Diddy want to take him shopping. You know what I'm saying? 50 has the type of way to feel that way. Like, a grown-ass man talking about, let me take you shopping. Like, I understand 50. I understand where 50 coming from with that shit, but like, and I heard that his documentary was good too on Netflix. It was #1 for like a good couple of weeks. So, and everybody watched it. And everybody watched it. So, I watched it myself too. And I watched it myself too. I'm like, damn, this nigga Diddy crazy. I'm like, how did 50 get all this footage? I'm like, how the hell 50 got all this footage though of Diddy? Is crazy too.
He got an inside guy.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. And again, it's crazy to me how a lot of these people got documentaries of Diddy, but when 50 did his shit, everybody caused the uproar. Like, why would a fellow black person talk bad about another black person? Like,
I feel like you could say that to anybody except 50 Cent. You know 50 Cent was gonna do it. That nigga's petty as hell.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not even about like race, gender, whatever. He does not care. He don't discriminate. His hands are rated E. His hands and his mouth are rated E for everyone.
Exactly. And I heard he's gonna make a documentary. He's gonna make a documentary of Tiny and T.I.
Lord,
I'm not surprised. GG's. You mess with this man at this point, expect a documentary to be made on you.
I don't think.
Yeah, like unless you like, you really must want the smoke if you want to mess with 50 Cent. Like, come on, like we all know this. If you don't, you've been living under a rock.
Exactly.
But didn't like T.I. and like, didn't his family have like a reality show or something?
Yeah,
did they need a documentary?
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay, that's your documentary right there.
Yeah, and it got canceled.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It got canceled because of the accusation that multiple people was accusing Tiny and T.I. and Tiny of like having sex or like violating people and stuff like that. Men too. I'm like, oh y'all was freaky like that. Now I see where that line came from. If y'all listen to that shit, it's crazy. That's like, I'm telling you, 50.
It's like, we can't forget that 50 then bought out like 4 rows of Ja Rule's concert that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy word.
Yep, that's the amount of pettiness right there. That all Like I said, 50 is the type of person you don't want to have a beef with. Because that man would bring out every single piece of evidence against you. And he will
No,
He
for
knows how to fuck
continue.
with people mentally.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then also with T.I., now you got your sons involved too. Don't be mad if you come at your sons now. And I don't want to hear people talking
Right.
about, oh, why you coming at his sons for? Nigga, the sons came at him first. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
And their defense is their mother. Well, Domani's stepmother, King's mother.
Right.
In their defense, you trying to defend your mother. Okay, cool.
Right.
That's fair. But if 50 come at your two sons now, well, it's on them.
Yeah.
These not no little ass
Expect
kids.
the
These are
heat.
grown ass men. These are grown ass men, so they can take
Expect
the
the
heat.
heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
For real.
there's been a lot going on social media lately, yo. A lot been going on
It's
social media.
to the point where like some days I'm just like, you know what? I'll hang back. If y'all don't see me very much today,
Right.
you should see why. You should see why already. And you know what? If
Mhm.
you want to maintain your peace, you'll do it too.
And
I'll
you
see
know,
you tomorrow.
y'all know who Damon Dash is? Damon Dash?
Yeah.
So-
Dame Dash, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Dame Dash. So basically, I guess 50 posted something on his Instagram. Let me see if I can find that shit real quick. How Dame Dash talking about how, you know, as a kid, this, that, you think he might be has or like he undiagnosed of being autistic and shit like that. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, come on now, leave 50 alone. Leave this man alone.
Yo,
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
hey,
I can't find the tweet now. I mean, I can't find the
Oh,
post now on
damn.
Instagram, but yeah, it's
that's
just.
crazy.
And then he came at Jermaine Dupri too. How he liked the post. How Jermaine liked Dame post. So that's why I don't fuck with y'all
Oh
old
my
niggas.
God.
I like yo 50 yo. This man 50 got all day to be petty yo. But hey,
No, for real.
I'll say between him and Chris Brown. Chris Brown will pick his
Yeah.
battles though. At least 50. He don't give a shit. He'll come after everybody and
Yeah.
anybody if you fuck with him
Exactly.
first.
I mean, this man had his own commercial on DoorDash during
Yeah.
Super Bowl. It was during Super Bowl. It was during the Super Bowl. That shit was funny.
Mhm.
That shit was funny. I'm like, yo, 50 came out with his own pettiness on DoorDash. He talked about Diddy twice and floored Mayweather about the book.
Crazy work.
I'm like, yo. Oh, Jesus, man. Gotta love the internet. Gotta love social media.
Yeah.
Internet's undefeated for real.
That's why I
How
say
fast they operate is crazy.
yes, and you can never win on the internet. No
No.
matter how right you are, you will never win. You will never win
No.
on the internet. I don't care what
There's
nobody
always-
says.
There's always a hater in every post somewhere.
Exactly.
Looking.
Every. Yep.
You could say the rightest shit out there on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You're not gonna win because somebody gonna argue with you always.
And honestly, the more like common sense it makes is the like angrier people get. That's the crazy
Yes.
part. Like, it's
You
just
could have the
more-
evidence right there.
Yes.
Screenshots, game footage, whatever it is you're talking about. Here's somebody goes somehow coming up with an excuse out of their ass talking about it's wrong.
Mhm.
Like,
Like-
what you mean?
I'm like, are you for real? But
Like-
the sad part is you look just as dumb as them if you try to argue.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just mute y'all
yeah.
and I'm gonna go about my day. Okay.
That's why
Like-
if I see something, I don't even waste my time with it. I just
Yeah.
I just keep scrolling. It's not worth my energy
And then-
time.
And then when
Yeah.
it comes to politics though, I try to stay the fuck away from that. as
Lord
much as I
Jesus.
can, because-
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because someone was trying to talk to me about politics when I was streaming. When was it? Thursday. At the end of my stream, I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to get on that situation with that issue.
Right.
I'm leaving that shit alone because talking about, oh, you don't got a side, you don't take sides. I'm like, nigga, I'm not taking no sides because I don't like talking about politics. If I take a side, I want to argue with me, and I'm not the argumentative type of
Listen.
person.
My side is no side in politics.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, you
And
want?
hate-
My thing is like, so when it comes to my channel, I emphasize like no talk about politics because it's talked
Right.
about literally everywhere else. The media is oversaturated
They
with
are.
talk about politics because there's breaking news like every other hour of the day. So I'm like,
Exactly.
if you for real, if you're not seeing this at some point in your day, you truly live under a rock because how do you not know what the fuck is going on out here in these streets? It's rough
And
out
then-
here.
And then to add on to that, oftentimes the media is spreading false propaganda to make things worse. So you don't
That
get the
too.
true story half the time you're researching it. That's why I tell
Exactly.
people before you try to bring up something political, do your research.
Like
Yeah.
you got to go down multiple rabbit holes with this shit nowadays, and it's
Exactly.
exhausting. So I'm here like, yo, in my channel, no. But I feel like at the same time, it's reached a point where we got to be a little bit aware about the basics. And
Yeah.
so like I created a safety and advocacy channel in my server in Discord because I'm like, people got to be aware of what's going on, especially with like ICE and whatnot
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
how bad it's getting, because it's getting bad. Like we
Mhm.
thought it was bad before, it's bad. It's worse.
It's
I
worse.
actually,
now.
I actually saw ICE out here too, where I'm at. I actually saw them roaming
Crazy.
around the street.
Oh hell no.
Mhm. And in
Right.
my city, in New Brunswick, in New Jersey, it's mostly populated with Latin people. Like we got Dominicans, we
Right.
got Mexicans, we got Hondurans, whatever Latin country people out here, we got them. We literally got them. Like it's been overrun. Like we got bodegas, we
Yeah.
got barbershops on bodegas, supermarkets. Like we got a lot of Hispanic people in our city. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of ICE people out here
Right.
lately too. I'm like, see, this is why I stay my
So
ass home. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's
there
bad in
was one
California
stream
too.
where I was like, listen, I know we don't usually talk about politics in here, but I was like, let me tell y'all where I stand, okay? And it was specific to ICE, but just in general, I'm like, in general, it doesn't matter what political party it is, I don't care. Because each party has its own nefarious motives, however fucked up they may be. Okay, maybe I guess you pick the lesser of two evils. That's whatever the fuck you want to do. But for me, I'm like, yo, I don't side with anything that's going on in the U.S. right now.
Exactly.
all.
Bottom line,
Right.
because it's not even a matter of politics anymore. It's
No matter
just the
if
fact that like there's so much darkness in the world.
Exactly. Like no matter if
And it's
it's
just creating more
Period.
division.
Right. There's
Like-
just so much darkness in the world, and the fact that like the things that the US is going with is like feeding into that darkness, and
It
I'm not
is.
okay with it.
and you got Democrats, Republicans, they all crooked in their own fucking ways.
They really
Democrats,
are. And that's what a
Republicans,
lot
they
of
crooked.
people.
Even
That's what a lot of people
governments.
fail to understand. Our own government's our biggest op. That's just the
Exactly.
truth of
Exactly.
it all. They are our own biggest op.
Like
got
they
this,
out here arresting US citizens, people who have their
Yeah.
citizenship and have had it probably since they've been born, like
Mhm.
me, but they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Not to mention the fraud that's going on. All the
Right.
fraud.
Mhm.
We need to fix it. We gotta
Brandon,
fix it.
I don't know if that'll save us at this point, buddy. I don't
You
know
just
if it'll
unplug
save
it
us.
and plug it back in.
Nah, that shit
We
dead.
need a factory reset.
And plug it back in.
Okay?
Probably the funniest thing I've seen. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Nah, we need. I understand, but like,
Can we
it's-
get that framed? Like, I want that on my wall. We need that on a t-shirt or something. Can you please do something with that? We need that for real.
we need a hard reset.
Yo, Brandon, I love you, bro. Like,
Nah, we need to unplug
I-
unplug that shit. Wait like a couple seconds, then plug it back in. Don't just unplug it and plug
That
it right
is
then.
funny.
You
no,
gotta
for
wait.
real.
Wait
like,
a few
it needs
seconds
a few
first.
seconds.
We say,
Yeah.
give it a quick Thanos, but we not snapping. We just unplugging.
Yeah, just unplug it real quick. Unplug it and then wait for like a couple seconds. Then plug that shit back in. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta do like a hard
Right.
reset. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I was saying, like with all these with the governments, the Republicans, Democrats, they crooked in their own ways. You know what I'm saying? They got their
Yeah.
own evil motives, their own fucking spiteful ways. This is why I said I don't want to talk about politics. I'm just gonna let it go. Just let it go.
Listen, all I said after the bombings happened was I put on Twitter, I didn't bomb anybody. I don't stand with none of that shit. Whatever
Exactly.
happens, like bomb Trump. I didn't do shit.
Let them know.
I ain't do shit. Don't call me. I ain't going to no damn army. I'm too old
Like,
for that
I
shit.
had none
Facts,
to do with this, okay? I don't agree with this at all. Leave me
I
out
didn't
of
even have
it.
to be born, but here we are. So
No, but
that's
that
good.
part, like, I'm just here existing or trying
Right.
to, okay?
I just feel like Trump is just being spiteful because he know he a fucked up person and he know he's probably gonna go to prison after his presidency is
Probably,
over.
yes.
So like the motherfucker's already a felon already. I don't know how he became a president knowing that he's already a felon. He's a known felon. And this
It's
man's still
because too many
president.
people agree with his fucked up ways because they're also fucked up.
Mhm.
That's why.
And the crazy thing about it is
they-
that go ahead. Let me let you finish.
they perpetuate it because that's what they're okay with. So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, so why not? They openly display that, and it's so disgusting. Like, I could write multiple books on this shit, but like
Mhm.
it's so bad. It's just like, I think I'd seen a news story earlier about how this guy never mind, trigger warning. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, but basically this guy had done some not so nice things to kids, and he was I don't the way they displayed this story didn't sound right, because I don't know if he was part of the January 6th riot and then got like sentenced to life in prison, and then he was pardoned from that, and then I don't know. But like it's just bottom line, he was pardoned. He should not have been, because I'm like, you're a disgusting human being. Why are you out here walking around like everything's fine when it's not fine? Hello?
Trump pardoned him,
But
did
of
he,
course,
right?
Trump was the one who pardoned him. So it's like, makes sense, because Trump agrees with those screwed up ideals. And he himself has perpetrated those like actions. He himself has conducted those actions. So why wouldn't he get this guy released?
And it's
they
gonna
say
be
protect the children, but how are we protecting them when our government's just letting motherfuckers out?
exactly.
Like,
Oh
what do you
my
expect us
God.
to do as the general public at this point?
Yo, I could
Mhm.
go into discussions about like how people are so against abortion, and I'm like, the fact that y'all are so against aborting unborn kids and y'all can't even protect the ones that are here on earth right now. Explain that
part.
logic to me.
Oh yeah,
Please
hold
explain
up.
that logic to me.
I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all heard that story. It was like a couple months ago, or it's probably like what, the beginning. It was around like the beginning, if not at the end of 2025. How like some kids was like shot up at a birthday party in California.
I think
I
I
didn't hear
heard
about
about
that.
that.
Shit,
I think I
crazy. Yo.
faintly remember that.
It was in California, and you know who Jason Lee,
Yeah.
right? Jason, I think his name is Jason Lee. I didn't know
Maybe.
this man. I didn't know this man was the vice. He's the vice mayor in I forgot what part of California though. It's like, yo, these motherfuckers out here crazy. You shooting up people at a kid's
Bro,
party.
birthday party. I'm like, the little kids who ain't have nothing to do with whatever the hell you're going through,
Right.
okay? But you want to inflict
Right.
harm upon them? Oh my God.
And it's
Is
not
it
even
because they're small and can't really defend themselves like that? Like, that is so
not.
fucked up.
It wasn't like no random shooting either though. It was some type of gang. It was some type of gang affiliated shooting type shit. It was just
Yeah, the gang
unfortunately.
affiliation
Bro, come
out here,
on.
especially in Southern California, is really bad. And
Mhm.
I am in
Yeah.
Southern California, so
I think
I
what
kind
happened.
of
Let me
live in my
see.
city.
Let me see. Hold up. I think it's
So
somewhere.
sorry, but-
It's probably somewhere in Stockton or some shit like that. I could be wrong.
Oh, Stockton, I think that's up north. That's like almost Bay Area zone. So yeah, that's up. Stockton's been popping off. There's a lot of shit going on up there.
Let me see.
Sheesh, bruh.
I
Yeah,
know
it's
Jason.
bad. Gang territory in
Crazy
California is
out here.
terrible, honestly. Like,
Yeah, Stockton
But
City.
yeah.
Yep, Stockton City. Yep, that's where
Mhm.
that's where it happened.
yeah, that's more north.
Yes,
From
yeah.
where I'm
Oh,
at.
so it happened in August. Let me see. When did this shit happen? I'm trying to find it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, something like that happened. Like, damn, this shit crazy. Y'all out here shooting at kids' birthday parties. Like, do you have no type of
Yeah.
morals out here? Dude,
Yeah, it's
Right.
bad in Stockton right now.
Like, whatever beef you had with whoever was there at the party, you take it elsewhere, buddy. Away from the
Yeah.
kids. The kids
Yeah,
ain't
like
have
take it
nothing
up
to do with
with
it.
that person and leave the children out of it.
Right. I
Alright.
feel like when people like, and in any situation, to be honest with you, where it's just like side A, side B, however you want to call it, they want to bring in other people into the situation to either one, get them on their side, or two, to like inflict harm upon the other person who's like close with those other people, like to make themselves seem like bigger and more powerful. And I'm like, no, you just a bitch. you're just a bitch. I'm sorry. Because like you can't take it up with that one person and one person alone. You really got to bring in other people who had no involvement whatsoever from like the beginning of whatever the hell y'all had going on. Like, what is up with that? Like,
Yeah, when you involve
your
other
ego
people's loved
is
ones
so
and stuff,
inflated right now. It's crazy.
that's where you lose all respect. Like if you got beef with somebody, you keep it between that one person and deal with it away from their loved ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Well,
damn, bro.
It's
Like
really
you are a
frightening.
whole punk bitch. Like no,
Yeah, it's just
that's a no
this
go.
is why I don't
Yeah.
this is why I don't leave the house like that unless I gotta go to work.
Seriously.
Or this is why I
It's
don't leave the house
scary
unless
out
I gotta go to
here.
work or I gotta run a couple errands or
I don't
take
even
them
like
to
going to
school.
the damn store. People might cut up in
Yeah.
there, especially them shootings at these Walmarts and stuff. People be acting
Bro.
damn fool for no
Especially
reason.
because, like, in
Right.
South, you have a right to carry just like
Oh
anywhere. You could
gosh, yeah.
just
Basically,
I got
yeah.
your gut on your hip. Just somebody look at you weird.
I know
you just
down
lift
south
up
has got that. I know down south.
the hem of your shirt. I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa,
Yeah, they do.
relax. It's not
Yeah.
that serious. But yeah, I feel like nowadays people are just being given more like ammunition to just act out against somebody for any reason at all. And I'm like, it's sad that y'all can't control yourselves better out here.
Nah,
It really is.
See,
That
everybody,
part.
you know what's so crazy? How everybody said America is not beautiful. America is beautiful.
It's the people in it that ain't.
It's the people in it.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
It's I would
Just
tell
like
I always
how
tell people
people-
that
Just like how people try to say, oh, we need to stop, giving, we need to control gun violence. Okay, but here's the problem. It's not the gun that's doing it. It's the person
People-
that's popping off. It's the
Right.
person that's
Right.
popping it off that's doing
as
it.
the saying
like,
goes.
the gun
Not the
can't
gun.
fire
Stop
by
blaming
itself.
the gun. Blame the people.
Nah,
Right.
as the saying goes, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
People kill people.
Damn right.
Literally.
People are just given the means to do it, like a
Mhm.
gun.
Niggas
or a
can't.
knife.
Niggas can't fight nowadays. People can't fight
They
nowadays.
really can't.
Now they gotta get
Not
a gun.
that they need to now because they're given something as powerful as a gun, where with literally one shot, you hit that person the right way, they're gone within seconds.
And they know where to hit. They know
Right.
exactly where to hit.
But good news is that I ain't heard no school shootings though, so that's kind of good so far. That's a get.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't heard
been good.
about any of those in the past. I want to say like a month or so.
You know what? Let me
Yeah, I'll
not-
say maybe. I think it's been a couple months. 'Cause
Know
I
what?
there was one.
I would
out
say
of
this
one,
though.
but-
It only happens during around like August, September month when it's school. Everybody going back to school.
I have noticed
Right.
that too.
I know what I'm
saying,
it's
like,
weird.
Can you because you gotta think about it, right? Like the shooters, they got months ahead to plan all this shit out. And then they wait till
Right.
like the first day of school, around like, I know mostly like down south, schools opens in like around August time and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So yeah, it happens around August time, September, like around opening, like around when school about to open. It's
Mhm.
like, or so far here, no school shootings so far. So let that, I
Yeah.
just want that shit to stay like that. No more school shootings. Like,
Yeah, I pray that continues because we've had enough. It's rough out here already. Please,
mhm.
it's gradually. I hate to say it. It's just the reality of it though. It's just gradually been getting worse.
Yep. All right,
We're
y'all.
literally at war. Okay, anyway.
All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. So I mentioned that you've been doing digital art for 5+ years. So how did that journey started?
So with digital art in particular, this was also during the pandemic. I'd say like a lot of the creative stuff really bloomed during the pandemic. I guess because
Mhm.
like I was mainly inside, not having to focus on like physically walking to class. So my best friend Sabrina, she knew that I did art. And so like she had gotten me like a couple of sketchbooks and whatnot while we were both in college. But then she was like, yo, have you seen this app on the iPad or like in the Apple store? I was like, what app? She was like, Procreate. I was like, no. So she was like, yo. So she sent me the link and I look at it. It cost $10. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. So I bought the app, I downloaded, and I'm snooping around looking at like all the different brushes that they give me, all the different features and whatnot. I'd say my favorite feature is layers because like you can go in and like each step of the process can be put on a separate layer or like the different elements that you're adding to an artwork. I was like, oh, this is freaking awesome. So I was like, okay, so when I first started, when it comes to like digital art, I was like, how does all this work? So it was more experimentation, but then I quickly figured it out. And my art style from like back then in my beginning stages to now is very different, definitely more advanced, and I have better like organization in my brain
Yeah.
as to like how I go about each artwork and setting it up. So yeah, that's how I started. And now I'm here and I have to say this has been exhilarating. How much my artwork has grown and then seeing how many people are interested in it. There was this one series I did back in 2022 called The Colored Girls. And it's basically these 8 black women, but they're each a color of the rainbow. And they each have
Hold
a
up, I got a
different-
question. Wasn't that
No.
it wasn't based on a movie by Tyler Perry?
Funny, no, actually.
I watched the
You're
movie.
You're the first person that like actually asked me that out loud, but I'm sure other people have thought it, you know?
Mhm.
I guess the title's kind of inspired by the Tyler Perry movie, but the concept is different.
Okay.
But yeah, you got 8 black women. They're each a different color of the rainbow, and they each have like their own unique like black woman hairstyle,
Yeah.
and their hair is made out of flowers. And I gave each of them like a different set of flowers. And so I made that in 2022. I hadn't taught myself about like highlight and shading, stuff like that, blend, all that stuff. I hadn't taught myself that yet. And then couple years go by. During like those couple years, like 2023, 2024, I'd moved to Georgia, and then I was just going through a rough time because I lived in New York my whole life. So like the
Mhm.
transition from New York to Georgia was rough for me. Missing my friends, figuring out how to make friends down here, all this other stuff, finishing my first master's, finishing an internship. Like there was just a lot going on in my life. And I needed a way to cope. And so like I created a lot of artwork in 2023 and 2024. And then I'd say I hit like a burnout point at the
Mhm.
end of 2024, but there was also a lot of life stuff going on too in like 2025. And I feel like there was like a collective creators block during 2025 because of how much BS was happening in the world. Um, but then like I'd say like in July or August 2025, I was like, okay, I could feel the block lifting, but I wasn't sure how to get back into my creativity. And then I heard this voice go like recreate something that you made before. And I was like, oh snap, wait. But I was like, what the hell do I go with? And then I saw the Colored Girl series from 2022, and I was like, ooh, yeah, let's recreate that in my current style. And so now, since I knew about like highlight, shading, blending, all that other stuff, making it look fancy and real nice, I was like, okay. So I recreated the Colored Girls 2025 to 2026. When did I finish Pretty in Pink? That was in like January.
Mhm.
And then I posted the entire series on TikTok. And my God, it went viral. And I was like, oh crap. That's crazy. Like my notifications could not keep up. I was like, oh shit, I gotta mute this. Um and they're still running laps around the FYP. And then like I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do some art streams. I'll do like 2 or 3 months, and I made that as a sub goal for my affiliate anniversary last year. And my community fulfilled all 10 sub goals, and I was like, oh shit, now I got to do it. And then so for the past like couple months, I've been doing like just strictly art on stream. I've put in a couple gaming streams here and there, but it's mainly art. And it's helped me lock in with the artworks because I feel like offline, with the amount of stuff that I have going on, like school and whatnot, I'm not able to tap into my creativity when I
Mhm.
want to.
Yeah.
By the time I'm ready to create, it's like 11 p.m. and I'm tired. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, and especially like streaming in the morning has helped me like lock in. I'm able to chat with my community. They've given me ideas like Kai and her community. Kai, I saw you. I love you. But they've given me ideas for a couple pieces to create. I'm working on a new series right now based on Demon Slayer,
Mm.
and the fact that we can bounce ideas off of each other, like me and my community, is very powerful, very innovative, and like it just keeps the creative juices flowing. So I've gotten like 6 or 7 commissions since the beginning of the year, which is the most I've ever received in such a short amount of time.
Mhm.
And I know some people are looking to like commission me either again or commission me for the first time, like at some point throughout this year. So it has been a very exciting experience, and I love that I'm back in my creativity and seeing my other creative friends get inspired by me too, just as I've been inspired by them. It's so beautiful. Like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm not.
Cry,
But
cry,
no, I'm
cry.
not. I'm not gonna cry.
Cry.
Like Chemical Frost.
But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it here. I love it here. Bottom line.
So, how does being an artist change your way that you experience games visually and emotionally?
That's a good question.
I know, right?
Repeat that one more time. Repeat that one more time.
All right. So, how does being an artist change the way you experience games visually and emotionally?
So I know every artist has their own style, because I mean that's how it should be, right?
Mhm.
For me, I love I've noticed that I love galaxy backgrounds, or like backgrounds dealing with space.
Yeah.
So like stars, nebula, northern lights, etc. And then I add like very bright, vibrant colors for like the main piece. So when it comes to like gameplay, I kind of look for the same thing, just like vibrant colors. And
Mhm.
when it comes to emotion, like I am an emotional being, and I feel like I said this before, and it was during a discussion with like AI art. I'm gonna put it in quotes because it's not real art.
It's not.
But when it comes to how you create something, whether it's a game or it's an artwork or it's a play or it's a song, the way you put it together and then like how it's displayed to the world, I feel like in any sort of artwork, there's a small part of that person's, like if that creator's soul in that piece that they chose to display to the world, right? And so like if I can tell that, if I can feel that like there was a lot of, and that takes a lot of like effort and time and quality, you know? And so I could tell if like someone put that much energy and time and care into a game. And that's what I look for. And I'd also mention that like AI does not have a soul. They're not able to, like, AI art is not able to touch someone the same way a human artist is able to do
Oh
that.
no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not,
It's
right?
really not. Yeah,
So I'm like,
it's not.
I've been told with the pieces that I've made in the past couple months, I've been told that like people break down crying when they see my artwork, and I'm like, okay, wait, now I feel bad kind of because I didn't mean to make you cry, but like the fact that the
It
fact
could be tears of joy though. It could have been like tears of joy. You know what
it
I'm
is
saying?
though.
But
That's the
it's
thing.
more,
Like it brings out such strong emotion out of them, but it's like strong positive emotion. And to me that is so cool because it probably even touched somebody who like has not been in touch with that part of themselves for a while,
Mhm.
but like that one piece brought it out of them. That is so cool. Like art having that much of an impact on somebody is so freaking cool. Yes, exactly, Brandon. Exactly. Art does bring people together in whatever form it
does,
comes
yeah.
in. So
Mhm.
it's like AI is not able to do that. So like but like AI art brings about convenience, which is what a lot of people go for nowadays over quality. It
Yeah.
sucks. But you have
But
people, you
yeah.
have artists like me who strive for, or like not forcing it on people, but like pushing or emphasizing the importance of quality over convenience when it
Mhm.
comes
I
to
believe so.
creative pieces. So yeah, that's what I look for. I'm like, how much time? I'm like, I could tell if you half-ass something. I can. I'm one of
Yeah.
those people.
I mean, if
So
you
like,
ask,
if I could tell, I'm like, I'm good
I'm
off of
gonna say,
that.
you know, if you did, how can I say this? If you done art for 5 plus years, you could tell when somebody's bullshitting. Cause like I don't want to say like you're an expert at it, but you
Yeah.
have the experience to know when somebody, when somebody's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had created Kingly Ape's new profile picture for his Twitch. And mind you, I hadn't even seen his old profile picture
Yeah.
until when was it? I don't even remember when it was. It was definitely shortly after he posted about his new profile picture. And then I saw the old one and I was like, why does it look like that? Like it looks AI generated, my guy. I don't know. Something about it is off. It didn't look like it suited him. And that's another thing I try to do is like when I'm creating something for somebody, I make sure that it suits them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my style, but like I'm still creating it for that person. And while they gave me creative freedom, I'm like, okay, what set of colors or like what elements, like I look at everything because I guess I'm a little OCD, but that's besides the point. I look at like every little detail and see like how different things can come together
Mm-hmm.
to like fit that person and who they are.
Yeah, I definitely gotta hit you up to do some
Yeah, I'm
commission
about
for
to say,
my
do you
profile.
make Twitch banners?
I do. I got a hold on. I
would
mean, I
like-
think
I
it's
would
part
like
of my
Linktree.
link tree, but I do have the form, the Google form for
Yeah,
digital
I put the
commissions in
I
there.
put the link. I put your link tree in the pin when I pinned the chat. I put the link
Word.
tree on there.
Oh,
my chat.
I'm
appreciate
definitely
you.
gonna have to check that out. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the link is in there. Might have to scroll just a little bit, but it's in there.
Fuck.
So if y'all want to check, I do a
Fuck
bunch
that.
of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the pin chat, you'll see her linking on there. You definitely have all her socials, especially. I think you got your commission page on there too, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So
Ooh.
she got that forgot on there. And I'm looking at it right now as we speaking, and it's very reasonable prices too. Very, very, very reasonable prices.
Mhm. Thank you. That was one
Mhm.
thing I was also concerned about because I'm like, I still gotta make some sort of money off of it, but like I don't feel the need to be charging hundreds of dollars for
Absolutely
it.
not.
Like there's no
Someone
need
else
for
who
that.
understands. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, because like on the
Absolutely.
side, like I kind of been doing it for a couple years, but like I've made like channel trailers and stuff for other people, and Dre is one of them. He's probably the biggest clientele than another person, but
Word. Yeah,
um,
respect
I
it.
charge a reasonable price for it because I'm like, nah, people charge like $100 just for something that's like 30
And-
seconds, and it's like that's ridiculous to
Yeah,
me.
it's crazy.
And one
Yeah.
thing I could say about Lex, when it comes to like her rave videos and her channel trailers, she be getting them shit done within days. Like I ain't
Period.
talking about within like less than a week type shit. I'm gonna be honest
Right.
with you,
Yeah.
less than a week. And it be
And I do it
be-
all on my phone.
That's another part of it
Shoot.
too.
Yeah, respect, bro. Big respect. Yeah, because like I might have to hit you up because like stuff like that, I don't know how to do that. Like I be taking the clips from my streams. Whoever makes a clip, I literally just post it just like that. There was probably one time that I edited like there was probably one time I edited or like made an edit, and it was because I had to basically like split it up into two parts because
Oh,
there was a
yeah.
before and then there was an after. But aside from that, that was basically it. Like I just be posting the moment as is. So like Lex, I might have to hit you up for like a channel trailer. Or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
even the podcast clips, I'm the one that's editing those.
Yeah, on her
Period.
phone.
Ray just asked me to
Nice.
post them. Yeah.
Let's go.
On the phone and everything too. Like I can't even do that shit.
Yeah, on the phone. Shoot.
Basically,
Right,
how I
can do
see
that
it is
shit.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I had to start somewhere. I ain't have a PC, but I wanted to do my
Right.
own stuff because
Yeah.
I went through the phase of having to, use graphic designers for my overlays when I cared more about it at the time starting off. Now I'm just like, yeah, that's too much and I got bills to pay. So
Right,
Facts.
exactly.
let me do my own
Yeah.
stuff. I'll make time
And something
for
like me is like I don't like literally the most amount of money I spent on Procreate was buying the app. It was all of $10 though.
Mhm.
What I really
Mhm.
charge on is based on the amount of time it takes, I guess, in a way. Cuz it's like the how much effort and time and quality I put into my pieces, it'd be taking
Yeah.
upwards of 12 hours each piece, unless it's something really simple like a tattoo.
Yeah.
But even still, like the tattoo could possibly, because I'm someone who kind of changes her mind a lot based on if something don't look placed properly or if it just doesn't fit, right? So like even a tattoo, depending on how big you want it, it could be like 6 to 8 hours. So it's really what I'm
Yeah.
charging on is based on time, but still like gotta be reasonable with it, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to get some money
Right.
off of it. Yes, I
Mhm.
put in my time and my effort. Absolutely. I've been honing my craft. At the same time though, not everybody can afford to pay hundreds of dollars for an
Exactly.
artwork, and there's no need
Facts.
to charge that much.
And
you
then
know? Now a painting I understand because a painting be taking even longer.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah, painting takes forever.
my
Yeah.
God. But yeah, like some like a digital art piece, like yes, I put in my time,
And
but it don't need to
sometimes
cost that much.
and sometimes people that pay like $100+ on certain shit, like getting your overlays, your alerts and stuff like that, it be half-assed. You kind of tell too. It's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, and I've even been kind of doing that for my own streams. Like my starting screen, I use Canva and made that myself.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Like I have somebody that does my overlays and my alerts for me too. He's from the Philippines and stuff like that. So like two completely different time zones, but he get the job
Mhm.
done. You know what I'm saying? He get the job done. I like my overlays.
Now
I like
that
my
person
alerts
knows
and
what
stuff
they're
like-
doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
And I've been
Yeah,
and I've been with him.
wait, go ahead, sorry.
And I've been with him since since 2021. And remind y'all, this was back then. I didn't even really have a PC build. I didn't have a PC
Mhm.
build. I just mostly streaming on my PS5. At the time, I was just streaming via Lightstream, which is like a web-based OBS type thing. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I got
Oh,
all my overlays and my alerts and stuff like that to display on there on Lightstream. So I was a direct,
interesting.
yes, I was literally directly on console before I got into PC build. Before I got into PC,
Mhm.
which I got into PC build. I built my very first PC back in 2022, and on my first PC build,
Sheesh.
and then I upgraded to my second PC to like to get better parts for it in 2024.
W.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, look, the setup that I had when I first started was not the setup I have now at all.
Same.
I first I first started streaming on my MacBook
I did too. That's how I use
Yeah.
my light
because
stream.
that's what I had. I'm
I
so
started
glad
streaming on
you
my
don't
like my
understand.
old my old gaming laptop that I have that was like maybe 5 years old.
Mhm.
Could
Yeah.
only stream for about like
And I
90
would like to
minutes,
say this
but
too. And for those who streams, for those who think about streaming, you can start streaming. If you guys stream directly on console, do that because
Yeah.
Oh,
at
yeah.
the time, you might not have the money to get, because everybody want to get like these expensive ass things real quick. Like, no, you
Right.
don't have to.
yeah.
You don't have to. Over time, then you might need to get an upgrade because it might get played out. Because like on
Mhm.
console, it's good to play games, but you want to do more than just playing games on Twitch or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
So over
Especially if you have a strong commit. Sorry, Dre. Especially if you have a strong commitment, definitely get the upgrades over time.
exactly, like I was
And thing
committed to
is,
streaming.
like, it like yeah, like getting all of that stuff like when you first start, one, it doesn't leave you very much room for growth.
Mhm.
And two, you'll have like so much new stuff that you don't particularly I feel like the trend is usually like someone gets an expensive piece of equipment, they don't really look into how it works beforehand. They just go
Mhm.
strictly off of like what other people have said about it instead of like again doing their own research, but also they need to figure out what they need the most. I feel like that's the most important thing because
And
if that device or like that equipment is like has a bunch of features that you don't really need, then it's like, do you really need to buy that?
I always tell people when they building the PC or consider getting a PC, do extreme research because
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
not all PCs could game the same because PCs the specs are different when it comes to certain games. You know what I'm saying? Also, you
They
got
are,
to consider the
yes.
fact that if you're streaming, if you're using OBS or Meld or whatever, it's going to use up some of your CPU. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And plus, like certain games, they're gonna go up to a high temperature, especially game for those long hours too. So you gotta look into different
Yeah.
specs of PCs because again, not all PCs can run the same game. It will not. It's not no PS5 or a Xbox Series where like it stays consistent.
Right.
PCs gonna run varies on your PC builds, and I know
And it's
for
based.
go ahead, Lex.
Oh, go ahead, Dre.
Now I was gonna
That's what you
say,
sure?
yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, and I was gonna say, like nowadays, building the PC is even harder now because these prices, when it comes to the RAMs and the
Yeah.
CPUs, the GPUs, like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more expensive, especially for the RAM. Now it's more expensive because back
Yeah.
then it's very affordable until now. So like, I always tell people I would recommend building the PC on your own build, but nowadays you might just about get a pre-built PC. Just make sure you take
Yeah,
care of
because
Might
things.
as well, yeah.
right, that's what I have. That's what I have now. Like I was like considering these prices for like RAM. I did want to build my own, but I was
Mhm.
like, I feel like now at this point, look for a pre-built that best suits what you need again.
And then,
So
Yeah.
I got a pre-built
mhm,
and I looked at the specs because my dad is also a techie. That's who I got it from for real. My dad's also a techie, and so he sent me like multiple options to look at. And so based on everything, I was like, I like this one. Right. And now she's here. She's so quiet. She's powerful as shit though.
mhm,
And like even it's so funny because I played a demo for Zombutcher because I was given an early access key
mhm.
and it was like 6 GB. I'm like, how the fuck is a demo that damn big? And then one of my friends was like, if you got a demo for 6 GB, that shit gonna fry your computer. I was like, we'll see.
No, it's
We'll
not.
see.
Yep.
Right. I was like, no, we'll see. She's still new. She's just a baby, right? And it worked just fine. It was fine.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually like on the PC right now, and how I'm talking to y'all. Like I plugged in my mic and my cam
When
to
it
my
comes,
PC.
I always tell people when it comes to a GPU, your graphics card, look for if you're looking for like a RTX like a 4060 or a 5060 or whatever. When you get a VRAM based, get a 16 gigabyte VRAM in order to run your games good, especially when you play games at a higher graphics level. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think
Albeit
mine
still,
is 32.
oh,
Yeah.
that's just regular RAM. That's just I'm talking like the VRAM within like the graphics card.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, mine because
I'm still learning.
it's all good. Yeah. So basically, I
It's
have
all
a
good.
4060. I have a 4060 Ti, 16 gigabyte VRAM, and
Mhm.
I could run my games at a higher graphics. I don't go for ultra because I can give a fuck less about ultra. I like the game. I like to play my games on PC games like on a high to medium. Depend on the game though, because sometimes again, PC games, you're gonna have your little bugs and glitches and stuff like that because that shit is just unstable. No matter what PC game you play, it's gonna be unstable.
Right,
so
exactly.
right.
so yeah, so it's like just make sure you do your research when it comes to PCs, y'all. Don't just buy a PC and just go straight to stream. Like, no. Do
Right,
your
exactly.
research.
Yeah, because like me, when it comes to stuff like a PC or like a new laptop, what I'm gonna do is customize the hell out of that thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Whatever settings I feel like
Right.
are unnecessary, turn that bitch off. Whatever whatever boots up right away on the computer that's
Like,
unnecessary, turn it off. Whatever I normally use, I keep it like in the taskbar, stuff like that, you
yeah.
know?
Like for me
Yeah,
personally,
absolutely.
when it comes to like running my PC, I turn off whatever backgrounds on my like any apps, like any background apps on my PC that I'm not using. Cause
Mhm.
that's another thing too that people gotta realize that you don't need to run a lot of apps in your background while you're streaming. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's gonna make your streams lag. You know, you gotta
Yeah,
open
it
this
will.
up and that up and this up and that up.
Right.
Open the apps that you're gonna be using the most while you're streaming. Like for me personally, I got all my Elgato apps open, like my Wavelink, my the face cam,
Right.
also like Discord and stuff like that too. Like
Right.
anything that I need for me to open, like to keep my shit in the background, I keep it open. Cause like I use my task manager to see like, okay, which app is using more of my GPU and learn
Mhm.
how to shut that shit off every time I start up my PC.
Exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually I'd say I learned that
Word.
first from like my MacBook because my MacBook is more constricted with like certain things and then CPU usage is typically higher probably because it's a smaller device.
Mhm.
But I learned that. I'm like, okay, OBS don't really agree with like Google Chrome being open for an extended period of time, so let me turn that off.
Exactly.
But like I'll play music while I'm streaming most of the time, and so I'll keep Spotify open, but keep it minimized, you know? So
Mhm.
stuff like that to make sure CPU usage is as low as possible on for OBS on my MacBook.
Especially
Um
OBS, because OBS is gonna be using the most out of your CPU.
Right.
exactly. Exactly. Just to run your stream for
Exactly.
real.
It's like again, do your research.
Research,
Ask
Mhm.
yeah.
people. If you
Yep.
don't know, ask somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And make sure you know how you want to utilize your PC. Like certain games come with mods, so you got to make sure your PC is compatible with that.
Exactly.
And do you want to use it for gaming? Do you want to use it for streaming, or do you want it for both? Like, what is the purpose of you having a PC?
Mhm.
Right.
And also
Exactly.
too, have some type of antivirus system software
Oh,
on
yeah.
your PC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? For me, I use WebRoot. I pay like what $30 a year for PC gamers. It's like a PC
Yeah.
gamers edition. I pay $30 a year for my shit, and it's worth it. It is worth it.
Yeah.
W.
Like I don't have no viruses on my computer whatsoever. You want to make sure
Damn right.
you want to make sure you protect your computer at all times. Cause I know probably some of us,
Yeah.
if not most of us, don't have the warranty on your PC, especially if you build one, though, right? So you want to make sure
Right.
Right.
you want to make sure you want to take care of your PC.
Right.
Always have some
Yeah,
type of
like
antivirus software on your PC. You know what I'm
yeah, like
saying?
treat it like it's your child. Like just make sure you
Exactly.
take good care of it.
Because you already know
You
some of these
know?
PC bills are already fucking expensive as it is already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I'm saying? And what I mean, and also clean your PCs out too, once a month or whatever, because you don't want to get that shit too dusty, and then that
Right.
shit gonna stop working all of a sudden. I mean, I take good care of my
Exactly.
PC, man. I take good care of my PC. I can't
Yeah.
afford to buy another one or buy the parts to build another one.
Right.
Or I don't have the
And seeing
patience to
that,
build
like,
one.
the fact that I got mine at the price that I did, because it was on discount, like, I think it
Mhm.
was closer to, or it was about 2,000, but they had it on discount for, like,
Yeah.
1,400. I said, "You know what?
Get it, fuck
Let
it.
me get it." Right?
Mhm.
Right. And
Yeah.
seeing, again, because of, like you mentioned, the RAM prices and graphics cards prices, like, I'm gonna make this girl gonna be 10 years old and she's still running like she was 1, okay?
Mhm.
Like, that's how much I'm gonna make sure that she good. Like, come on now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This stuff is
and
not cheap.
oh, I'm about to say, Ash, remember that video I sent you like a couple months ago? The video I sent you how to lower your CPU temperature. You remember?
Yes.
Have you done so?
I
Have you done
I
that?
don't think
Oh, okay.
I don't think so yet.
Can I
I gotta
send it
look
to you?
back at it.
Yeah, I sent it to your DMs on Twitter. That video helped me out when it came to lower down my CPU, my temperature of my CPU. Because
Mhm.
when you think of the CPU, your processor is like the heart of the PC. Once that shit get
Facts.
burnt, once that shit get overheated, get burnt out, that shit dead.
Right.
Dead. Mm-hmm. Because right now,
That's
my
a
PC,
fact.
like right now, my PC temperature, last time I checked, is around like 50 degrees Celsius. Means that it is cooling. Cause there's like certain adjustments I had to adjust for my CPU, where before the adjustments, my temperature on my CPU was like around like 70, 75, 80 degrees. So that shit was like getting hot.
Oh shit, yeah.
And then after the adjustments I did, it went down to like 40 to 50 degrees.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a big jump. Yeah.
Man, that
Mhm.
computer was steaming low key. It was
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it
Yeah.
was. And
Yeah.
and I could run and there's certain games I can run that I play, and it just stays around like 40, 50 degrees
That's beautiful.
Celsius. So I'm like, yo, that's why as I said, take good care of your PCs, man. Take good care of your PCs.
Mhm.
Cause I'm like, I've been seeing people when people complain about their PC, like you got a 5070, 5080, and your PC is overheating. How? I'm like, how?
Right.
Like your PC is way better than mine. How your shit overheating? And
No,
how
for
certain
real.
games can't play on your PC. You got a whole 50 series graphics card. I got a 4060 Ti. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Mm.
looking back at our chat now, Dre. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's in Discord.
Nah,
'Cause I was looking at
it's
Twitter.
all the way up in the beginning. It had to be like in the beginning. I'm gonna
Yeah,
see.
that's where I checked.
Oh, let me see. Let me
Damn.
resend it to you
Come
again.
on, Twitter. Yeah. I feel like Twitter be like removing stuff out of nowhere too, though.
It
Facts.
does. It does. It does.
That's because that
Like-
platform don't ever know how to stay consistent.
It don't though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Really
why are you
does.
touching stuff, bro? Why are you touching stuff?
Yeah, so when you
W,
click
I
on that,
see it now.
yeah, when you click on that video, just skip to step 4, and it will just go to step 4, and it'll show you how to like lower your CPU temperature. Especially when
Facts.
playing Fortnite. Fortnite is one of those games where it will raise your CPU temperature crazy.
It will.
Yeah, because I was here like y'all Dre, you've seen it. Like I stream from my capture card of my Nintendo Switch 2 and I
Mhm.
play Fortnite on my Switch. So I haven't even downloaded Fortnite on my PC.
Yeah,
And I
it
was here
takes.
like I might play Fortnite like offline with the friends, but as far as streaming it, I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
I just stick with console on that when when
Right.
it comes to Fortnite. But
I feel
having
like
it
you
on
would
PC, I
have to
don't.
tweak it so
Yeah, because
bad.
on PC on Fortnite, it will raise up your temperature on your CPU a lot.
Crazy
If you
work.
don't do the adjustments, it will raise your CPU a lot. Like for me,
Mhm.
I have a thing. I have like my motherboard is an MSI motherboard, so like I have the software MSI Center. So like
Mhm.
I have this feature where like depending on the temperature of my CPU, the light changes. So like if it's around 50 degrees Celsius, it turns green.
Oh.
But as soon as it gets to like around like the 70s, it turns blue. It means that it's warming up.
Oh.
And then when it
Right.
gets to like 89 degrees, it turns red. When it means that it gets overheated, it's getting hot.
Right.
You know, that's how I could tell when my shit is like, cooking.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anytime I
Scary. That
get
shit's
anytime I
scary.
get a console version of a game to put less stress on your PC, yeah. I mean, I still
Mhm.
play. I
Yeah.
still play games on my console. I still got games on my console too that I still stream though.
So do I.
Like for my PS5, I'm never throw. I don't understand how people just give away their PS5s like that. I can't do that. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Facts.
Especially
I paid too much money for it. Yeah.
that
To get rid of it.
and plus, like as Sony stated before, how they gonna stop making their games going to PC and keep it to console exclusive, like Soros and Wolverine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Might as well get a PC. I mean, better get a PS5, and there's no excuse.
Yeah,
None.
Right.
that's a great business decision too. If you want those cool games you see, you got to get a PlayStation for it. No more
Exactly.
waiting for your PC version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, like PC games, like PC, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of games you can play on your PC. A lot of games you can mod on your PC, but for me personally, I could give a fuck less about mods like that. It just don't interest me like that. Except like I'm playing like The Sims 4 or GTRP. Now, those type of games, I don't mind modding. But any other game, I just like to play it normal. Like I'm playing on
Right.
console. Because people
Yeah.
understand that you playing games on modded, it could maybe mess up your PC. There's different files, files could contain viruses and stuff like that. And again, that's why I'm saying you gotta have your antivirus software. If you
Right.
don't have one, virus start kicking in your PC and then start fuck up your PC. And guess what? Now you gotta take that shit to the shop to get it diagnosed, and you gotta pay for that. And then if you gotta get it
Mhm.
fixed, you're gonna pay like hundreds of dollars just to get that bitch fixed.
Right.
I'm like, nah, not doing
And
all that now.
being more expensive than you plan.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. I
Right.
don't. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, gotta take care of your PCs, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah.
I know you're into anime, into like Demon Slayer and stuff like that. So what
Mhm.
about that series when it comes to like different arcs and movies stands out to you?
About Demon Slayer in particular?
Yeah.
The animation, and I guess this goes back to being an artist thing. The animation in Demon Slayer is absolutely top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Especially during Entertainment District arc. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
And
one.
I feel
I
like
think it's my
that
favorite
was
arc.
not even that like Swordsmith Village and Hashira training arc are mid. It's the fact that like out of all of them,
The arc.
Entertainment District was so peak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
It outmatched every other arc in the freaking anime, bro, because of how like the amount of time and detail I know it took for them to execute that fight. Holy shit. Like obviously you'll read about it. Now the thing is, like I used to read manga. I haven't read manga in years though, like since I was a preteen. So I'm trying to get back into it. But like Entertainment District, bro, and how fast paced that fight was between Tengen and Tanjiro and Zenitsu and Inosuke and what was homegirl's name? I know there was
Nezuko?
Gyutaro and no, not
Daki.
Nezuko.
Daki?
Daki, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Between them, but like specifically between Tengen and Gyutaro, holy shit. Like how do you come up with that? So like the animation is crazy, and also like how they display each of the different breathing styles
Mm-hmm.
and how unique they are to each like character is like it's mind blowing. And the story is really not as complex as people, I guess some people think it's too simple. I'm like, okay, you clearly don't get it, but that's
Yeah.
fine. I feel
Yeah.
like if I try to explain it to you and the different components that it touches on, you not gonna get it.
But
It's
yeah.
fine.
Right.
You know?
I think the reason why it's so popular is because it's not so overly complicated. Like comparing Demon Slayer to something like Jujutsu Kaisen, where they literally have paragraphs on the screen so you can figure out what the hell is going on. I
Yes.
think the simplicity of it and the fact that Tanjiro really just does want to cure Nezuko. I think that's why it's so easy to follow. I think
Yeah.
that's like the popularity of it. Entertainment District was amazing because Tengen was a guy who I really wanted to see more of. He was easily the most interesting of the Hashira. So yeah, that's easily one of my favorites.
Yeah, like when I first met Tengen, I was like, what is this guy's deal? Like, what the fuck? And I first thought of that of like Rengoku RIP. Because I was like, this guy is interesting. But then I was like, Tengen is what the hell's up with this guy?
Right.
And so, and then seeing
Like,
how
aren't
he
ninjas supposed to be
moved.
quiet and like and stealthy? He's like flashy and shit.
Right. Right, exactly. Like he's the complete opposite of what he was brought up to be. And I think that's the whole point, is like he didn't really fuck with that lifestyle that he was born into in the first place. So that was
Yeah.
his way of like him joining the Demon Slayer Corps was his way of breaking out of that and being who he felt deep down that he was truly meant to be. And I was like, that's freaking spectacular.
Okay,
I
so
love the anime
awkward.
so bad.
So Aqua got a question for you, Ash. Other than Demon Slayer, what are your top 3 anime shows?
Damn.
It don't have to be in order though.
No, you right. I would have to say, obviously, Demon Slayer, right?
Other than Demon Slayer though.
Other
can't-
than Demon Slayer, okay,
Yeah.
bet.
Plot
You
twist.
can't pick Demon Slayer.
Plot twist, indeed. I've been enjoying Spy X Family. That anime is so damn funny.
It's hilarious.
The time period that it takes place in, and then the fact that the characters are basically like going through their daily lives and they're all hiding like different parts of each other from each other is like, it's so chaotic. From Yor to what was my boy's name?
I don't know. I don't watch that show.
Why am I blanking on his name?
In Spy X Family, Lloyd.
Lloyd, right? From Yor to Lloyd to Yor's brother, I believe his name is Yuta.
Yuri.
Yuri, yes, and
He's weird.
even the kid, even the dog, like the dog can see into the future. I'm like, what the frick? And of course, with the dog, he can't speak English. You know what I'm saying? So don't know. Nobody will know. Well, Anya does because she can read minds. W. So Spy X Family is definitely one of my top 3. I'd say another one is I'm gonna go with. I've been enjoying One Piece actually, so I'm pretty new to One Piece. Not gonna hold y'all. I started it last year in the fall.
Okay.
I did. I felt like because there were so many different, like there's a large group of episodes that I was like, would I be able to get through this? Because obviously it goes at a much slower pace than current anime do. But I'm actually enjoying it pretty well. I love how they dive into each of the characters' stories, and it's not that they draw out the story or like they draw out the events that are happening in each episode. They really dive into like each character's emotions during the situations that they're put in. And you know what? As an emotional gal and as someone who likes being in touch with characters, I realize that's more important than I thought it would be to me. And so I'm actually enjoying the pace of One Piece and also like experiencing the Straw Hat Crew. Like they're a cool bunch of people. So I'm liking One Piece. One Piece is up there for me.
I got a question.
Another one. Yeah.
Before you get to your last anime, have y'all watched? Cam, you can answer this too. Have y'all watched the live action version of One Piece on Netflix or no?
No.
Not really.
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
and I don't really plan to be perfectly honest.
All right, that's all I
Yeah.
gotta ask. That's all I gotta ask.
When it comes to live actions, I just feel like
it's about
yeah, it's just unnecessary. I feel like I feel like some things just deserve to remain animated, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Were you gonna talk about the Vivi thing, Dre?
The what?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna go somewhere else. My bad.
No. I was just asking if y'all ever watched the live action version of One Piece on Netflix. That's all I had to ask. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I kind of see like 1 or 2 episodes of it. I'm like, yeah, that's not it. And I don't even watch One Piece like that.
I'm screaming.
Some things just don't need a live action. Keep
It
it
doesn't.
cartoon
Really don't.
animated, respectfully.
Like I heard, was it Netflix or was it somebody else trying to create a live action of Demon Slayer? I said, y'all will not disrespect my favorite anime like that. No, you won't.
Right.
No, you
I
won't.
feel
Y'all
like
couldn't even begin to replicate what the hell Demon Slayer got going on. Let's relax.
now I heard they're gonna make a live action of Sakamoto Days. I heard that. That I heard they're gonna make a live
I have
action
no
version
That could
of
be
idea.
funny
Sakamoto.
though.
That
See, that could be
can
funny. That could be
now.
like, you know, it's
I
like
wouldn't say it's gonna be on Netflix. It's gonna be like one of those Japanese movies. You know, it might be on Netflix though. You know, Netflix could bring in anything at this point, except for Warner Brothers. They lost that round.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Right.
lost that round. They lost that
But yeah,
round.
my third one, Windbreaker. Windbreaker is like
Hey.
Tokyo Revengers walked so Windbreaker could run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Windbreaker is so much more. I feel like the storyline is. They got the storyline on lock. They really do, and it seems simple, and yet the concept behind it is deeper than I feel like a lot of people understand. When dude said that a fight is it's you're having a conversation with that other person, I said, hold the phone, bro. I said, wait a damn minute. And he's not wrong. You're having a conversation via like the way you fight, but then like
Exactly.
you're getting to understand how that person operates and their character.
Mm-hmm.
And so seeing Sakura and the gang like essentially free people from whatever chains were holding them down.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could put it. Is like I
I've been
love
watching
it so
that.
bad.
I've been watching Windbreaker. I'm actually rewatching Windbreaker now.
I need to rewatch it because
I like
that
it.
anime is peak, bro.
yeah.
I like
I
it.
love it. So yeah, those are my top three. Spy X
Mhm.
Family right now. Spy X Family, One Piece, and aside from Demon Slayer, but Spy X Family, One Piece, and Windbreaker for sure.
So being a Twitch streamer and doing digital art, what's been the hardest part of being a creative variety streamer on Twitch?
I would say the back end stuff for streaming.
How so?
So like making sure, so for example, my channel point redeems, they're all like it goes in succession of like the colors of the rainbow
Mhm.
because my channel is meant to be colorful, right? So when I'm like adding or removing channel point redeems, that messes up the color sequence. And so I
Okay.
gotta go in and redo depending on depending on which one I deleted or redid or added, I gotta go in and now like fix it. So when it comes to that and then like adding in the fact that I'm creative, I feel like over the past couple of years, I've tried to figure out my style when it comes to my channel. Like I stated before, with like colors, overlays, and whatnot, something that best matches me.
Mhm.
And so sometimes I have difficulty creating for myself because I go in and like I created my own profile picture, my own PNG tuber. I just created my new banner, and I say new because I had one like when I first started, but when I was like, oh, that's outdated now. But I couldn't figure out how to create my new one. Like it was so difficult. So I feel like recently it's been more difficult for me to create for myself than it has been to create for other people, you know?
Mhm.
But I've learned to like I'll ask for help, be like, y'all, like what should I include for like my own stuff? Or an ideal will come to me, be like, oh, there it is. But see, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So which I'm still working on. And so something that I'll see in my head may not look the same way as it does like digitally, and then I'll get a little bit frustrated, but then I'm like, it's fine, it's okay. Um, so yeah, when it comes to like the back end stuff and like creating my own image,
Mhm.
and not that I compare it to anybody else's, but it's just like how I envision it, I want to make sure it's like that digitally. And if it's not, it fucks me a little bit.
Okay, that leads to my next question.
Mhm.
So how do you handle like creative burnout, especially if you got to juggle like digital art, streaming games, and also like just your
Mhm.
personal life in general? How you manage to
Um,
to handle all that type of shit that goes out in the burnout?
I make sure to like schedule breaks for myself.
Mhm.
Whether they could even, and I'd say I also like go based off of how I'm feeling for the day. Like oftentimes I'll change my mind when it comes to what I want to create or what I want to even stream for the day. if I'm not feeling very creative, I'll be like, hey, y'all, I want to play a game today. And I just want to let my mind basically run free instead of focusing on an art piece, you know?
Mhm.
But I feel like scheduling breaks, even for streaming, is so important so that you get the proper rest that you need. Because in those moments of rest is when you allow your creativity to also rest. But then, like, things start to come about. You could be doing something small, like, I don't know, like washing the dishes or some shit, and then like an idea will like pop into your head. But I
Mhm.
feel like when it takes less effort, like when you're not putting in so much effort to think about something, is when something comes to you. Like you just
Mhm.
gotta let it come to you for
You
real.
just need like a major reset type shit.
Yeah, you just need to
Right.
reset for real. Like you can't be working yourself so much to the point where now you're just running out of ideas. And that's
Mhm.
not good for anybody, you know?
It's not. Definitely not, especially for those who stream like 7 days a week, which I still don't understand why people do that
My
shit.
That is
God,
crazy.
I could never.
I could never do it. I
I
could
My
can't.
never
personal
do
life
that.
will not allow that. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm working on my second master's right now. My schedule would not allow for that at all.
Like I can only stream
Yeah.
about 4. I can only stream like do like 4 streams a week. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 if I feel like it. that fifth one is
Right.
that fifth one is optional. You know, that fifth one is optional. I keep like these 2
Yeah.
days to myself, regroup, figure out what I want to do, you know, and then
Yeah.
go about it again. Go about
Like I
that shit
usually
again.
stream like 2, 3 days. My schedule's been pretty consistent. So I've been
Mhm.
streaming like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. If I'm feeling bold, again, because I stream in the mornings now instead of at nighttime. But if I'm
Mhm.
feeling bold, I'll stream at night and like on a random ass day, or even the same day that I just did
Mhm.
my morning stream. But like, hey, part 2 at like 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, if anybody wants to be there.
I always tell people, listen, look, you'll see when I go live, you'll see when I go live. That's when we got notifications on Twitch. Now, if you turn off your
Right.
notifications on Twitch, that's on you.
Right, right.
You
And
know
I
what I'm
have
saying?
like a live ping in my Discord, so I'm like, hey,
Exactly.
if you're up, that's
Cool.
cool. If not, that is okay. The VOD's there. It's okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So, was there a moment where you doubted yourself as a streamer, and what pulled you through it? If that ever happened.
Who hasn't, honestly? Like if you say you haven't at some point,
You
you're
lie.
lying to yourself. You're
Right.
lying to yourself.
Lies.
I'd say I've had multiple moments, and I say that because I tend to have imposter syndrome. And I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of streamers
Have that.
have that when they accomplish something. Whether they meant to accomplish it or not, doesn't matter. When they accomplish it, then they're like, oh shit, like I don't know, am I ready for this? You know? Um I guess one moment, probably the time that like I really wanted a PC of my own to stream from,
Mhm.
because I knew I'd have like a wider access to games that are strictly on PC. And so I was sitting there and like it just wasn't working out at all at the time. And this was like over a year ago. And so I was like, yo, I feel so constricted right now because I was still streaming from my MacBook at the time. I was like, I feel
Mhm.
so constricted right now. Like, do I continue doing this? And I took a small break to figure it out.
Mhm.
And what I realized is like, I had to, oh, though someone was at my door. I had to remind myself that due to how versatile and how creative I am, the sky is really the limit. Like it's bottom line, it's up to me as to like what I make of the experience.
Yeah.
And so I can't let what I have right now at my disposal to limit what I can do, you know? Um so I wouldn't say that I came up with like new ideas. I just kept doing what I was doing, but I basically practiced gratitude with like what I had at that moment, you
Mhm.
know, because gratitude is very important. Like, are you where you want to be right now? No. However, the stuff that you had like been praying for, you now have it. And so it's like, yes, you want to evolve into something greater, but like make sure to remain present with like where you are right now so that you can work towards what you want later on.
Mhm. And similar to your story too, though, I doubted myself too. Like a year into streaming, like around 2021, it's like streaming on console is fun. Again, streaming's console is fun, but it's very limited what you could do as a streamer. So
Mhm.
it got to a point where I was like,
Word.
yo, I need to get a PC. I was against PCs. I ain't gonna lie though, because I hate getting PCs. I didn't
I
want
was
to be one
too.
of the PC stream. I didn't want to get a PC at all. I was going to stream directly on my PS5. And then I
Mhm.
realized that, you know what, in order to get myself out there, I do need to get a PC to like not only just to game, but also do like, you know, maybe do like reaction videos or just chatting with my streamers without playing the game and stuff like that. Or even like with my YouTube channel, I could just record gameplay of games that I don't want to stream, but I just want to, you know,
Mhm.
record gameplay and put it on my YouTube channel. Cool.
Right.
So that's when in September 2022, not only that I didn't want to build a PC at all, but you know
Right.
what? I say, you know what? With the money I saved up, I'm just gonna buy my parts piece by piece. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
and I had somebody that's like a computer science major. He graduated the same year as me in college, and he helped me build my PC, my first PC. And when I first got my PC, I didn't know what the hell to do. I really had to
Right.
look up on YouTube and stuff like that to see what can I do to like, you know, make sure my PC runs good while I'm streaming, type of games I'm playing, et cetera, et cetera. So like it made me want to stream more now because I have a lot more options to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Like for me, you know, like I was like against getting a PC because even though like streaming wasn't that big a deal for me, like at most I would just do like an hour or whatever. But like my laptop was kind of failing, so I'm like, you know what? Like,
Oh.
and
that
I'll just
too.
get
My
like a.
laptop, my
I
laptop
was
fucked up on me
yeah,
too.
because it was old. It was my laptop that I used in college. But
Oh,
I
snap. Yeah.
and so yeah, it was just failing. And like you know, people were saying like get a desktop PC. I was like, damn, I haven't had a desktop PC in a while. Because even my high school was a laptop school. We had a MacBook, and I didn't really play a lot of PC games. And so when I got one, it was an Alienware, and man, I had no idea. Like I think I remember getting it and setting it up. And I remembered like, okay, does it work? I was playing like a video, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the sound? And I had a friend. He was like, oh, you know, I was like, well, do computers not like have like stereos in them anymore? Like, no, you got to get like your headphones or you got to
Right.
get an extra thing. I'm like, what?
Right.
I was
Listen.
like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yo.
So I had to rummage through my old stuff, an old pair of headphones that I had just to
Mhm.
listen to it. I'm like, oh my God, okay, fine.
Mhm.
But you know, I was like, and it was more convenient, I would say, because I wasn't traveling as much anymore. And so it
Mhm.
was a good investment. And I built this new one about last year because my pre-built was failing. It was 4 years old.
Yeah.
RAM was getting used up to re-get new ones. The Dell ones were like 300 a piece. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
In addition to building my PC, right? I was getting my monitors. I bought a monitor, a cheap ass webcam, a cheap ass ring light. One of these, I had this mic. No, I had a cheap ass microphone too. It was like the F5 microphone when I was getting my
Mhm.
PC build. Like this is me getting all my pieces together to get my PC. Like I spent like at least, well, I spent 1,500. Well, let me see. I spent at least like $1,300 on my PC parts alone. In addition to that, I spent like a good about $300 on like the accessories, like the camera, the ring light, the um, the monitors,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
shit like that.
Good
Like
shit.
shit like that. And then I upgraded
Yeah.
over time as being a PC, like streaming on PC for like the last 2.5 years, I would say. I
Mhm.
just, you know, I expand and get like more accessories or upgrade my PC stuff. Well, my streaming equipment. I was upgrading like
Yeah.
now I have a face cam 4K I'm using right now. I got a Stream Deck Mark
Period.
II, a Logitech ring light, the Wave 3 Mark 1. I'm thinking about getting the Mark 2 though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think about getting
Yeah.
the Wave 3 Mark 2. That shit costs like $170. I'm like, damn. But I'm gonna figure out.
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna find a way to get that motherfucker though. I'll tell you that.
Got a
Yeah.
budget. Got a
Yeah.
budget. Yeah, no, like this
Right.
monitor I'm looking at, I have right here is the same one that I got for my pre-built
Mhm.
all this 5 years ago. And it's still working pretty good. This other one I got Black Friday off Amazon. So and it works like a dream, both for 4K.
And then most recently, I just got these IEMs too. These IEM headphones, these shits are really nice qualities too for like $20-something on Amazon. I mean, I still
Nice.
have these headphones right here too, but I just don't use them as much no more because of the fact that I just don't have that shit over my head. And then also when it gets hot in your room, you fucking your ears
Right.
start to sweat and stuff like that. I'm like,
And
nah,
for
I
me,
can't
like
do
my
that.
earrings,
Yeah.
it started to like
Yeah.
they're mad uncomfortable.
Yeah, so like I use these right here though. Like I said, good
But
quality.
Dre, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I actually
Your
ordered
mic, the
some.
cover for your mic, is it like did that come with it or did you have to buy it?
Oh, this one right here, the filter, the pop filter for this.
Yeah.
I had to pay
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
It don't
I gotta
cost.
see
It
if
don't
there's
cost that
one
much
for,
though. What happened, Lex?
I gotta see if there's one for a
Oh, I
fly
said
phone.
the earbuds you're talking about. I actually ordered some.
What for like 20? How much you paid for? Like $20-something?
Yeah, same amount. I just got the purple ones.
I'm telling you, Lex, it's gonna change. It's gonna change your life, man.
No, but I do need it
Yeah.
though because like I said, I usually use headphones, but after a while it gets uncomfortable and I wear glasses. So
Mhm.
I kind of
Yeah.
need something. And as the weather's
That was my thing,
transitioning,
too.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm at the
Like-
retire the headphones for a little bit.
Right now, I'm using the Beats Studio headphones, which I love because they're over the ear instead of
Oh,
like
yeah.
on the ear. Because, bro, wearing glasses, as you can see,
Mhm.
Yes.
and like
It's mad
having on the
uncomfortable.
ear drove me nuts.
I
Like,
tell you, man, get these
after,
right
like,
here.
1 to 2 hours. I actually should get a set of those because I also have like the Beats. What are they called? The Beats thing earbuds.
Mhm.
Them Johns
Yeah.
have been failing me for like months now. I need
Is
to
it
get rid of
Bluetooth,
them. They're
right?
so ass.
The Bluetooth
yeah.
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about
Mine
Bluetooth.
still work, but
Here's the thing about
sorry,
Bluetooth
yeah.
headphones, right? When you use Bluetooth headphones while you're streaming or game when you're streaming and game at the same time, the latency is very, very delayed by at least 200 milliseconds. That's
It
why
is.
that's why I don't use Bluetooth headphones like that when I'm on PC. That's why I
Yeah.
got these right here, and I
Okay.
got these wired, and I have like a headphone jack on my Wave 3 mic, so that way it could be
Yeah.
more closer to me. And plus,
But like
like,
even
you
just
were
like
telling me
listening
that,
to
yeah.
just like listening to my friends talk, like sometimes it sounds crackly,
mhm.
or like it'll just disconnect out of nowhere, or like the battery will die, and I'm like, you were in the case the entire time, or they like randomly connect to my MacBook. I'm like, I gotta turn off Bluetooth on my MacBook just for them to not connect. I'm like, this is ridiculous. However, like the fact that Apple took over Beats by Dr. Dre, it was one of the biggest mistakes I'd ever seen because I'm like, this is
I literally
not.
forgot about that shit. I
They
literally forgot
don't
about that.
operate the way they used to.
Yeah,
It's so
you
bad.
know, Dre got kind of sick of dealing with them, so he was like, you know, just do whatever you want. It's in my name anyway. I'm still giving the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
But yeah, these headphones right here, IEMs, very affordable. It don't cost that much money. It's just like
Mhm.
you get a good pair for like $20-something. These got some good quality. Good. You can
Word.
hear everything. Like I could play Apex, Fortnite. I can hear every fucking footstep with no latency.
W.
With no latency. Zero latency
I'll
whatsoever.
definitely try them out.
That's
Mhm.
so good.
The difference
Yeah.
between like them overhead like these headphones and the ones I'm wearing now, the difference is night and day. I swear to God. And even I've got this
W.
shit. Yep. And I got these shits at what 40%, 50, 60% when it comes to the volume because these shits are loud. Loud.
Good. My kind of earbuds and headphones. I
Yeah.
like loud, okay? Same with my music. Loud, baby.
Nah,
Bass and
they-
all.
Yeah,
No, for
yeah.
real. That bass gotta be bumping, you know?
Right.
Yeah, these headphones right here. I got these. I think, yeah, this is like a $20-something. Like the bass on
Right.
here is crazy, like dumb
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Period. You know what? If you got a link, let me know.
I got you.
I'd like to look into it.
I sent Lex the link too, so I got you.
Yep. And I ordered some too.
But
I'm
Should be
telling
getting
you.
delivered.
Yeah, I'll
I
try them
think,
out. Just send them.
tomorrow.
Send them to me too.
Oh, if you got Amazon Prime, shit, you get that shit within like a day or so.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah. Prime. Listen, I'm never getting rid of that.
Yeah, that should save
I
your
need my
life.
stuff tonight.
All right.
Right.
Got some
That
rapid fire.
shipping be W.
Exactly. All right, so rapid fire questions. Rapid fire questions.
Uh-huh.
All right. Cozy games or chaotic games?
You know, it depends on my mood of the day. It really do. Oh my god. But you know what? I'd have to go with chaotic. I love that little adrenaline rush just to, things are a little too quiet. I'm like, you know what? Let's ramp it up a little bit, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Get on Fortnite.
All right. All right. Late night streams or daytime streams?
You know, I used to say late night, but I'm gonna have to go with morning streams. They hit different.
Shout out to morning streamers. I'm one of them.
It hits different, yeah.
All right. Favorite comfort game right now.
Sky Children of the Light. For
Alrighty.
sure. Yeah.
And one word you could describe your stream energy. Just one word.
Just one word.
One word.
Refreshing.
Refreshing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're about to close down this interview with a couple more questions.
Word.
So, so what advice would you give to creators who feel like they're quote unquote doing too many things at once?
Doing too many things at once. Definitely slow down,
Mm-hmm.
take a step back,
Mm-hmm.
and not necessarily like place yourself in your viewer's shoes, but like kind of like step out of yourself and look at the situation from a bird's eye view, I guess you could say. Look at everything that you're currently doing.
Mm-hmm.
See what is bringing you the most joy, to be honest with you, and also the things that are not making you feel so good, and like, or like things that you want to continue but you're not sure if you have the proper amount of time to do them. Just take into account all of that stuff and plan, like actively plan. So like some days you might want to do one activity or one game, some another day you might want to do another activity or another game, right? I feel like it's all about like compartmentalizing and organization, and making sure that like you, and even if you change your mind during the day that stream, just like let your people know, communicate with your community, communicate with yourself, make sure that you are feeling the most comfortable in that moment to like effectively put out the content that you want to put out.
W all the way. W all the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So where can people find you and support your work?
Yo, I've been like everywhere. I would say the most
Everywhere.
popular. I'd say the most popular places have been like Twitter and TikTok, because I feel like that's where my work has been receiving the most attention. But also definitely like be there live I'd be on my Twitch actively working on this stuff. So if y'all want to check me out,
Check out her
I'll
work,
be there.
y'all. She does she does stream her
Tuesdays,
work
Thursdays,
too.
and Friday mornings. Yeah, I'll be on there working.
If y'all need proof, check out her channel. All right, she does all her artwork on there. If y'all need proof, all right,
I do.
you know how some
Past,
people,
like, 2-3
some
months.
people like to question your work. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I could show you instead of just saying that. I could show you on my stream live when I'm doing some commissions for other people.
That's because people, believe in AI now. So AI is
Right.
in that field
They
as
gotta
well.
question like everything, which I completely understand, because AI has become so much better at making things look real. That's why I make it a point to like either show my face or even do a hand cam.
Yeah.
And I'm like drawing it so like they could see the screen, they could see me drawing on the screen, and they're also seeing the screen share from my iPad of like, this is what I'm working on, And
So go ahead, I'll let you finish.
Oh, yes, good. You're good. But I also let people know that like I use references for my artworks. It's just easier for me, and it's not that I like take people's work. I do not go for that at all. That's why I try to find like blank references and like draw that and then come up with my own idea. So like I'm very transparent with that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say, how do you showcase your work through your iPad? Like, is there some type of connection you use to like plug in your iPad and that shows it?
Literally just USB.
USB?
I thought it was more complicated than that. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought it was more complicated than that. But really what I just do is like I plug in my iPad into I have a what's it called? I have a dongle. It's freaking USB. What is it called? Man, where you can connect like I don't remember what it's called. I don't know. But it's one of those dongles where like you can connect multiple, so it connects like via USB-C, but then you can connect like USB 2.0 or stuff like that. And also an HDMI cord, right? And it still reads it. So I just take a USB 2.0 cord, plug it into the dongle, plug in the other end to my iPad, and then OBS will detect it And since it's MacBook, I feel like it works better because they're both Apple devices.
Mm-hmm.
So OBS on MacBook will detect it. And I think it's video input, either video input or video output, and find my iPad and boom, it's there.
Gotcha. Okay. Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, very interesting how you can like display your artwork via your iPad onto your
Yeah.
stream. I'm like, okay, I see. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a fucking iPad, but one of these days I might. One of these days I might though. I swear to God. I can do it on my.
See a little something.
Yeah.
Better manifest it.
Mhm.
Word.
So my last question is, what do you want the listeners to take away from our conversation today?
I would say, especially in the moments that y'all are doubting yourselves with whatever you're doing, whether it's content creation or your current workplace, whatever it may be, the current degree you're working on, it doesn't matter. If you fully believe that what you're currently working on will get you to the place that you're meant to be,
Mhm.
despite the doubts that you feel, stay the course. Whatever tweaks you need to add in, do that. But stay the course, stay consistent, because I promise you, it may look like challenging right now. And you know what? In a way, it's supposed to, because that's the only way you'll grow. You're
Mhm.
not going to grow when it's easy for you. You're going to grow when it's hard. And that's the point, right? So
Yeah.
it may look weird right now or crazy, but your determination has to be bigger than your doubt. Just keep that in mind. Your determination's
True.
got to be bigger than your doubt. And if your determination is bigger than your doubt and you fully believe that what you're doing now will get you where you're supposed to be, keep going, babe. Even if you got to crawl to get there, keep going.
All
Please.
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Preach.
Thank you.
My question is, where's the determination over doubt t-shirt?
Yeah. I'll create that. That'll be another thing I add to the long list of artworks I gotta work on. For sure.
All
Oh my
right.
God.
All right, Ash. I want to thank you for stopping by as always. I really appreciate you having you on the podcast. We really appreciate you having you on the podcast.
Thank you for asking me to be
We
on
do.
here, because this was one of those moments where I doubted. I was like, they want to hear from me and like my experience. I'm like, am I qualified to do that? And God was like, yes, you are. Stop questioning
Yes,
yourself,
you are.
ma'am. Stop.
Mm.
But no, thank y'all for this opportunity.
No problem.
There's been opportunities like this popping up. I had just gotten an email actually from the National Children's Alliance about how they're hosting an art contest for a coloring book, and they're choosing 12 artists to feature in this coloring book. And I don't know how they found me, but they emailed me asking if I'd like to participate in the contest. And I was like, oh my God, I almost cried earlier. So opportunities like this have been showing up in the past couple months, honestly, since like November of last year. I'm very excited. Am I a little scared? Maybe. But it's more like out of what will come out of all of this. I'm not seeing the end point yet, but I know I will. I'm not even probably supposed to. I'm just seeing where all this goes. I'm just doing what I need to do. I'm just a girl. So again, thank y'all for this opportunity. I hope that the people who came in to show love, I hope y'all glean something from this. If you've been thinking about content creating, baby, go ahead and do it, regardless of regardless of if you're not where you feel like you should be right now with it. Go ahead and do it. We all got to start somewhere.
Thanks.
You have
Yes,
to.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
As long as you
Ash,
start.
Good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck on your contest. And I
Thank
hope you
you, bro.
win.
Thank
Get that
you.
first
too.
place. You know what I'm saying?
They're
Everybody
rooting
know.
for you.
Yep.
Thank
Everybody
you
saw.
so much.
Everybody saw. People see your artwork on Twitch, and nobody can doubt you. Nobody cannot doubt
I
you at
appreciate
all.
the support so much. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Whether you've been here since the beginning or you just got here, y'all are freaking amazing. I hope you know that.
Thank you. All right, Ash. Have a good one now. Peace.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you. Bye.
W episode.
Thank you.